Yes, Chinny. Hello.
What?
No,
No,
it's a
it's so
bad
good,
song,
man.
which they made a bad song about.
The ever pulsating brain at the center of the ultra world, you mean?
They did so many other good songs, but that one's just not. I don't like it.
Darren Sim says he can't hear anything. Don't know why that is.
He can now.
He can now.
Oh.
He can now.
Refresh
It's
your
fine.
audio router or
fixed.
something.
No, it was.
Yeah.
It
It's
was
on your end.
It was no. It was me. It was me.
No, let's gaslight him.
Yeah.
It's on
Okay.
his-
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
you, Darren.
Stupid
You,
Darren.
Darren, it's
God,
not
why
us,
don't
it's you.
Shut up.
Yeah.
God,
Totally you. Yeah.
just totally you.
Yeah. Happy Christmas, everybody.
Merry
Oh, yeah.
everyone.
Merry everyone. God
Merry
bless
Xmas.
us,
I got some
everyone.
socks.
Did you?
Nice.
What's on your socks?
Rick and Morty socks.
Ooh, hey, that's fitting for today's
That's a little bit of
special
a
Play My
prelude.
Game.
Prelude to what we play.
I got nothing, which was exactly what I wanted.
What,
but
for
the
Christmas?
Duchess actually, the Duchess actually did give me something this year because
did
she
she
was
give
at
you?
a store today, and I should have them in front of me, but I don't have.
Was it a smack in the
they're
face?
upstairs? No, it was not. It was the only teacher. Usually, okay. Here's the thing. Mugs for
Okay.
teachers are often like trite and cliched, and they make me want to vomit because they're like, they'll have an addition problem on a chalkboard that says to teach is to touch a life forever, and it's like,
Is this
"Oh,
on a
see what
cu-
you
on
did
a
there, it's
mug?"
Very clever. Well, that's the way it usually is.
Does yours
Anyway.
say worst teacher ever?
I know that would be awesome. I do have this pencil that the lady in charge of our school attendance gave me after I had her son as a student. It says "coolest teacher ever," which was very
Yeah.
nice. This Logitech camera does not handle stuff up close very well.
Do you know what though?
Anyway.
People should not give you gifts that lie.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's the thing. That's the kind
Saying.
of stuff. That's the kind of stuff that you often get. My mom will send me mugs that say things like, teaching is, those who can teach, those who can't find a less rewarding line of work or whatever. Anyway, the Duchess found finally a teacher mug that was actually pretty cool. The mug says before school, and then there's like a cocktail glass that says after school.
Oh, I get you. I'll
I was like,
I'll
"That's
see what that
pretty
is.
sweet. I like it. Yeah." So she was like, "Should I get it?" I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead. Go on then."
Oh, you let her buy you a gift. I got some
She
great
bought me a
gifts. Can I
gift.
just say I've had
that?
a great Christmas.
Awesome.
Really,
What was the
really good
best
gifts.
thing you got?
The best thing I got was tickets to go and see Jamiroquai in the summer at the
Ooh.
Living Festival.
All right. I got you tickets to go stand in a field in the summer.
Oh, it's going to be great. But the greatest thing was, Kay did this last time. She got me tickets to go and see Pete Tong.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
So
Boy
I got
Tong?
a personal letter off JK, and I meant to bring it to read it to you because it was very, very funny. And it
Uh-huh.
started off with something like, "Hey there, Stewie, mate. Your pint-sized pop star JK here.
Yeah.
Just gonna let you know, man, I've got you some tickets to see George Ezra at Living Festival." And then it's ...
Awesome.
Nah, just kidding, man. It's tickets to see
psych.
me.
In your face.
Is it a handwritten letter?
Yes, no type, but it's signed.
Fine.
They've done a
Hand-typed.
pretend.
It
A
was typed by
pretend.
hand.
Well, I say pretend JK signature, but she insists
It
it's
might not
actually
be.
from him.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
How
I
far
don't
do you
know.
want to take this accusations of lying from your
I
wife?
know. I've got to be careful because I might not be able to
Careful.
go if I'm like, accuse her of
Exactly.
lying.
Because of your lack
Um,
of faith, you no longer have
But
these
it was
tickets.
funny because when she did it with Pete Tong, right, did the same thing. For 1 second, I actually thought she'd managed to get a letter off Pete Tong.
Wow, you know they wrote Gullible on your ceiling, dude.
I know, right? And I was like, and I said to her, I remember saying, how did you get him to do this? And she went, "I didn't. It with me, you dickhead."
Wow, she has to explain it. I love that.
Well,
It was me.
but it was very funny. So I
Hello.
got that, and I also got my Moon Swatch, which apparently
Ooh.
has now been voted wristwatch of the year.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's what I'm
wristwatch
talking
launch
about.
of the
Wristwatch
year,
of the year. How many people
Exactly.
get to say they have that on their wrist?
Exactly. Not many of them are
Or wear
apparently.
watches even.
they're still selling for treble the price on eBay. So you know,
For good
I could
reason.
make a killing.
Watches are very important in 2023.
Yeah,
Yes.
can make a killing. I
Otherwise,
tell
we
you.
have no way of knowing how to, what time it is.
Yeah, no way, know what time to turn up for the podcast. Just saying. Anyway. But yeah, I had a good Christmas. Do you two have good Christmases, good Christmas dinners?
I
and all
did,
that,
it was
apart from
great.
you,
We had 2 Christmas dinners, and yeah, but my
Nice.
mum and dad are not very well. They're ill.
Oh no!
no.
I
Oh,
feel
no.
Sorry.
partly responsible because I gave it to them.
Oh no!
jeez.
So I
That
feel like
sucks.
I'm somewhat responsible for that.
So
but-
it's
Is
just
it
normal
COVID or some
virus.
other
Can we
illness?
No,
just
they're
say
just
normal
the
virus?
flu. Yeah, just the flu, and
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
I've
jeez,
still
man.
got it a bit as well, but like I was definitely really really bad on last week Monday. I was like bad. Yeah, and they had to go to the doctors, and I knew I shouldn't have took them, but yeah, I took them, and yeah, I shouldn't have done. Which is
Oh,
quite ironic, really, because they had to
no.
go to the doctors, and it just made them worse. But
Yeah.
yeah, so they couldn't. We were going to spend Christmas Day with Tara's family, Boxing Day with my family, but they were so ill that they messaged and said, "I don't think we're going to have."
Oh,
Do you know,
So-
you're not the first
So the
person
food
to say
that we had, the food that we would have had with my mum and dad, we took it round to Tara's mum's and had it with her and her brothers.
Aw.
So we had another chill day there, and then yeah, it's but as it gifts wise, I didn't get loads, but you don't, do you? When you get older, you don't get.
Of course you do. What's all that about? Of course you do,
exactly.
man.
if
I
you're a
don't.
whiny little child
don't.
like Stuart,
Yeah.
you are.
Gotta
I
get
got-
gifts.
I got for my
Oh,
secret.
I
We do Secret
get-
Santa, and for my Secret Santa, he got me. I wanted a bag for work. Like we in the
Ah.
WhatsApp group, we put what we want, what might be useful. And I said,
Yeah.
"Oh, I need a bag for work. I don't really mind
There
what
you go.
bag, as long as it holds a laptop."
Did they
and-
get you a carrier bag like a
But
plastic?
he got me the
Yeah.
bag that looks like the one in Back to the Future. So
Ooh,
Wow,
nice.
that's cool.
That's
you
nice.
see, that's
That's awesome.
thoughtful.
Nice,
He
that's
knows you.
thoughtful.
yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't like a 1-for-1 replica, but it was very similar. And he wrapped it in Back to
Yeah,
the Future
That's awesome.
wrapping and
Nice.
everything. So yeah, very good.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Very good.
cool. That's
Pleased with
cool.
that. And it was quite, it's
Uh,
quite like a nice bag. We had a budget, like a 50 quid budget, and he said most of the
50
budget.
quid budget for Secret freaking Santa?
Yeah, but it's family, isn't it? It's family.
Yes.
But you think about it, like that's all we spend now. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, just a minute. This is this work colleagues.
No, this is family,
Stuart,
family.
Stuart
Oh,
the
sorry.
stingy
Family.
No, no,
lad.
no, no. I thought it was work.
No. We do.
You
we,
said Secret
we have
Santa
done it
like
for work.
work.
If only you could have said that it was his
Oh.
family. You should have said
Yeah.
that.
Sorry, I
earlier.
missed that little
No,
bit.
it's
nugget
family.
there.
It's family. So it's nothing. Yeah, 50 quid is. We
That's a bit
because
much for work, but
We
impressive.
were finding with the family, like you end up buying like everybody presents, and then like you're buying tat and you're buying this. So
Yeah, it's
instead of
true.
just have a 50 quid budget, Secret Santa, everybody gets a present. You know, it's a bit of fun. You find out who it is anyway, so it's kind of like a pointless endeavor, but still, it's fun.
No, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I also got Throw Burrito, so I've got that as well. Never played
You
it.
got
Have you
what?
played this?
No,
Throw
What are you talking about?
Burrito.
no.
It's
no idea
it's
what that
by
is.
the same people who did Exploding Kittens, so it's a game by them.
Oh, I see.
Oh yeah.
And it's got spongy burritos that you throw at each other for some reason. No, why. Guess we'll find out when
You've
we play
played it, don't you know? I mean,
I've not
oh, you
played
haven't
it yet. Not
Okay.
a chance. Honestly, it's been
Well, they
crazy
had
busy.
instructions that came with the games.
I was working Christmas Day and all that
That's
cack.
anti-Christian. That's not okay.
Well, it's what I've got to do. And I
Oh
work
wait,
in a
we don't know when
Christian-
Jesus was born. Never mind.
I
It's
work in a Christian
anti-pagan.
establishment. It's a Catholic care home I
Yeah.
work in. So there you
Yeah.
go. Contradiction, man.
Did you play
Tell
any
ya.
party games?
Hypocrite.
Pretty much.
Did you play any party? games?
No, I've not even really played any games at all. Oh no, I tell a lie. We
Man,
did.
what are you
Oh,
doing?
right. I'll tell you. This is. Oh God, man.
Oh,
this is
God.
every
Uh-oh,
year.
I smell a story coming on.
Oh,
It's time
God.
for a story, it's time for a story. A very special story, especially for you. It's time for a story, it's time for a story. Sit down and listen now, don't be a Jew.
Yep.
Here's the thing, right? We go to
What's the
Kay's
thing?
mum's
Go ahead.
on
Here's the
Boxing Day every year,
Yes. Right.
and she has prizes. So we play games for prizes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Millie insists on playing Beetle Drive. Have you ever played Beetle Drive?
Never heard of it.
No,
Oh,
what is
God.
that?
You don't ever want to play it. It is the fucking worst game ever. All right.
I don't know. Is it worse than the Stanley Terrible?
Oh, yes.
Dear
So
Esther?
basically, you have a beetle, made up
car.
of pieces. No. There's like a beetle,
Okay.
you know, like a proper
Like
beetle.
an insect, like the
So you have a
it's like
body-
John Paul, George, and
You have
Ringo.
body, head, legs, eyes, antenna,
Right.
tongue, tail. I don't know, all this shit. And you basically roll the dice to get the pieces, and it's
Yeah.
a first person to build the beetle,
Okay.
right? But you can't put any of the bloody legs or any of that bollocks on until you've rolled a 1 to get the body and a 2 to get the head. And until you get those 2 pieces, you can't put any other pieces on it. And oh my god, it's so
It's like a game for
infuriating.
people who don't know about better games. Like I
Yeah.
can see this
Oh,
being
it's
fun in
awful.
the
It's
1300s.
seriously,
When there's like
awful.
no such thing as chess or whatever. It's like,
she
what are we
makes
supposed to
us
do with our time? I
play
don't
it.
know.
Oh my
All right, how about
God.
this? You have to roll a die, and then if you get a 1, you can draw the head of the beetle. And then
Well, that's kind of what one
Oh.
of us had to do because Kay didn't have an actual board, so she had to draw us on a bit of paper.
dude,
Oh.
there's these amazing new things called cards, and
Yeah.
you can play all sorts of games with them.
Well, anyway, that was terrible. We did play some Triominoes, which is pretty cool. Have you ever played Triominoes?
It's sure pretty cool. Yeah, all the cool kids are playing Triominoes, man.
No, you've never
Not a
heard of
day goes by
Triominoes?
that my students don't talk.
It's
Yes,
basically-
I've heard of Triominoes. It's
Yeah, we
like
played that. That's pretty
boring.
cool. Well, no, it isn't. It's like dominoes
Well, I
with 3
find it
sides.
boring.
I like that. Anyway, that's not the worst thing that happened over Christmas.
We
Right, that
played, like,
sounds
we
bad.
played
Happen.
a normal Christmas game like Russian roulette.
Oh, of course. Why not? No, that's not the
Take
worst thing.
that,
Because the
Russian
worst
roulette.
thing that
Get the kids
happened was-
involved. It's fine.
There you
because
go.
I can't have alcohol anymore.
Yeah.
I thought
Not with
I'll
that
try
attitude.
some alcohol-free red wine with my Christmas
yeah.
dinner.
Oh, yeah.
It was fucking. It was like drinking
Well,
red wine
yes.
vinegar. It was vile. It wasn't
Of
like
course.
anything like red wine. He said it
A
was
hidden
Shiraz.
staircase. What do you do if somebody wants a
Ugh.
non-alcoholic beer? You know, it's never come up.
It tastes like shit as is what it tasted like. It was
Ah,
terrible.
Take that.
But this is good. I've got this, which is alcohol-free cider. This is pretty nice.
I think a
So
lot
I
of
like
people
that.
like.
Dude,
I've
what's
never
wrong with like apple juice or something? I
No,
mean, what's
this is
the
nice though.
point?
This still tastes like cider though. It tastes
Yeah,
like
but-
alcoholic even. Well, it is.
Look, I
It's
drink
1%
cider. I do
proof.
like cider, but I can't imagine thinking like, you know what I want is a cider except without the alcohol.
No, it's
Like, I
good.
don't drink cider for the taste of it. I just
I don't drink like like these alcohol-free alcohol things. People
Yeah.
think I do because I don't drink, but I never do. I just drink Coke or whatever. But
yeah,
I've heard the
you're not a
Kronenberg,
weirdo.
the Kronenberg alcohol-free thing is nice. Stu.
No, the best one I found right for beers is Adman's like pale ale with citrus. That's quite nice. That's quite nice. I'm doing all right.
You have to be an admin in order to drink it.
Admin.
Ah!
Admin. Can we just say, by the way, we've got Luke in the chat, right? Luke.
What up, Luke?
Luke is Millie's
Luke.
boyfriend's
Oh, is he?
brother.
Is he?
And I have something to tell him,
That's
Luke.
Luke.
Oh, is he Millie's
Go on, what are you
boyfriend's
telling-
brother?
Yes, younger
Is he-
brother.
Is he Wayne's brother?
I have
as
something
well?
to tell him. I have
Yes,
something to tell
Wayne's
him.
brother.
Yeah.
Luke, I am your father.
Ah.
See what you did there.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Luke. Hi to
Yeah,
the
hi,
chat.
Luke.
I need a poo.
Punk
Be,
ass.
be right back.
You need a poo. Is this
Okay,
seriously
Oh,
a
yeah,
thing?
boy.
seriously, I gotta have a poo.
Are you serious? You
All
come
right.
20 minutes late, then you want a poo.
Correct.
Wow.
It's not that he wants it; it's that he needs
I,
This
it.
is
yeah, I
just-
don't.
Have some compassion.
Yeah.
Luke's first.
Hi, Luke.
This is his
need a
first
poo.
Yeah,
experience.
his first thing. He's gonna
Of the
hear about the
Veteran
poop. No,
Gamers
but he spent
podcast.
20 minutes listening to your stupid Beatles
Yeah.
story. That's the real
And now he
tragedy.
thinks
Go
you
ahead,
really
Chinny.
are old because you need a poo.
I do. Listen,
Yes, because children never need to go to the
Listen.
bathroom.
Oh,
That's-
Luke,
my
it's
God.
important that you're regular. Do you know what I mean?
It's important that you go before you shit yourself.
Well,
That's
that
what I-
also
you
is a
gotta go. You
problem.
gotta go.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, we don't want you
That's the
shitting
sound of the
yourself on your
dragonborn
secret
pooping.
lab chair.
Well, we can't talk about games yet because
Well, we can talk about other stuff while Ginny's shitting.
What are we supposed to talk about?
I don't know.
Nothing.
We'll find something.
I'll talk about this phone I
Go
have.
on.
I have a cell phone. Look, it's a phone. It's black, and it's
What colour
reflecting
is
my
it?
camera
Black.
back at my
Nice.
camera. Ooh. See what I did there?
No, whilst you've been off, what's the most exciting things that's happened to you? Are you snowed in, by the way, with this?
Oh, we were
fucking-
crazy snowed
snow
in.
bomb?
This was an interesting story. It was a
Eh?
bomb cyclone, they called it.
Snow
Yeah, my
bomb.
mom was. I mean, my mom texts me every time there's any kind of weather. She once said, "I heard there were tornadoes in Iowa. Are you guys okay?" I'm like, dude, we're nowhere near Iowa. What are you talking
America's
about?
a big place.
Well, it is, but I mean, imagine if there was tornadoes in Scotland and your folks were like, "Hey, are you okay? I heard there's tornadoes in
I
Scotland."
heard there was a tornado on the Shetland Islands.
But anyway, there was it was crazy. We had like 6 inches of snow, but the big problem was going to be the wind. So here's the thing. I didn't even tell about this. Was the greatest thing ever.
Can't believe you didn't tell this story.
Well, I'm telling it now. Be happy.
All right.
Our winter break is always just a week. And it's very frustrating because we could use more time off during the winter time, when we're in the middle of the semester and everything's very tense. So on Tuesday before break started on, Friday was the last day before break. And then Christmas was Sunday, right? So on Tuesday before break, we start hearing these rumors about like, there's a bad storm coming in on Thursday. And I was like, students started being like, we're going to get time off. And I'm always telling them like, look, don't get your hopes too high up because there's nothing worse than like expecting a day off and then having to go into school. You know what I mean?
Totally.
To do is to tell yourself, we're going to have school on Thursday. We're going to have school on Friday. And if one of those days ends up not being a school day, it's a nice little treat. You know what I mean? So I told the students, don't get your hopes up. Don't get too worked up. But then Wednesday afternoon, before school was even out on Wednesday, they sent the message saying, hey, we're canceling school on Thursday and Friday. Yes, it was awesome. We had 2 extra days of break, and it was just great. It was so nice.
So can I ask, was the Duchess out with some like massive snow shovel fucking clearing your driveway? I've just got this image in my head that's what she was doing.
No, she was not doing that because we have a driveway that is too long for us to shovel. It doesn't even make sense for us to go near the driveway with a shovel. We have a company that plows it for us. Mr. Plow. That's the name.
Mr. Plow
is Mr. Plow. No, it's not Mr. Plow, but we call it Mr. Plow. But yeah, no, I mean, we thought about getting some sort of blade, the plow blade to put on the front of her truck, but everything we read about it said that it was such a pain in the neck and you have to attach it in the winter and then detach it when you're done plowing and stuff. And we were just like, you know what? Look, we're doing okay. We can afford to have somebody come plow it. Let's just have them do it. And they do a great job. So, it sucks that people have to be out when it's snowy and windy, but they came and they were very efficient. And then it was funny because the winds, we have this big field next to our driveway, and the wind, the Duchess put up a snow fence, and then there's this wind that sometimes blows snow onto the driveway. So we get these drifts on the driveway. And we were like, we didn't have anywhere we needed to go. We were ready to just sort of wait it out for like 3 days, which we did basically. But then there was a few drifts in the driveway, and we were like, okay, whatever. The plow people will be back soon because they know this is what's going on. They'll plow us again soon. But here comes our neighbor in his little, he's got this little, I don't even know what you call it, like a kind of like a little vehicle that has like a shovel on the front.
A Segway.
I don't know what it's. No. It's like a snowcat. It's like a.
It's got a Segway with a snow shovel on the front of it.
It's a
Tesla.
It's an industrial machine. It's kind of like a bulldozer but smaller, and like it's got a little scoop on the front. So anyway, he was basically using one of those to like shovel stuff off our driveway, and I was like texting him. I'm like, are you? Because we didn't know it was him. And we were like, are you shoveling our drive? And he goes, yeah, I'm sorry. I should have asked first, but I just got this like a few months ago and I haven't had
So you just wanted to try it out?
Much. I guess. And I was just like, well, that's very nice of you.
Gotta get the snow shovel going.
Like, get off our fucking driveway, dude. What are you doing?
It's good to see.
So welcome back, Chinny. I'm telling the story about how we got
snow shovel, man.
It was crazy snowy. It was crazy
creepy
windy.
Dude from next door.
See, this is why I go for a poos, because I know you're going to be talking about snow
snow shovel.
Stall before we couldn't talk about video games because people want to see this footage.
By the way, what was the coldest temperature you got?
The coldest one was the one I sent you an image of.
Minus 23.
Yeah, minus 23 Celsius, people. It was freezing
cold. That's barely. That's like balmy.
That doesn't even count the wind chill, because the wind chill was nuts. It hurt to be outside. The wind chill advisory said, the winter storm warning, it said these conditions will cause frostbite on exposed skin in less than 10 minutes.
Wow.
So when the dog needed to go out, we were like, all right, dude, we are going out and you're coming right back in. But it was funny because he didn't even need us to get him in. He was like,
so
go
cold.
Back in.
Yeah.
When the dog started doing a piss, it just froze as it came out. Did it just freeze? Like
mid-jump.
Yes, he was shooting icicles out of his dick. That's exactly what happened, Stu. Good call.
Well, have you got to lower the tone, Duke? We're having a nice conversation.
I didn't even say that. Honestly.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I don't know. My problem.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ, dude. Bring the show
All
down
right, it's time
every
we talk about some video games.
Yes.
Thank you for
Yes.
all of that fun
Yes.
story time.
Yes.
Where are you going? Story time's over, isn't it?
What you been playing?
Here we go. Oh,
What you been playing?
pick it up.
What you been playing?
We want Chili Willy! We want Chili Willy! Great.
All right, who's going first? Chitty went first last time.
Yeah,
I went first the
Chitty.
time before that, so Stu is gonna
Oh,
go first.
okay, I'll go first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I've bitten the bullet, people.
Oh, what
I
bullet
have
have you bit?
fucking bit the bullet.
Bayonetta.
because-
Bayonetta.
No, not that bullet. Not yet. No, I'm waiting. I bit
Wow.
the bullet, right, because I've finally been starting playing Elden Ring.
Oh.
Oh my god!
And not only that, but I have beaten the first boss,
Ooh,
I
now
have
you have it on
killed-
super easy minimum level,
which is
right?
Margit. And yes, I installed the easy mod.
All right.
I don't blame you. If I ever played, I'm doing the same thing.
I'll be honest, right, Duke? I think, and I'm going to go out there on a limb here, but I think you would like this game with the
I
easy
might.
modding stuff. It was still challenging. I got killed 6 times before I finally beat it, and I had to
6
level
times?
up. I had to level
You
up
really
quite
suck.
a bit before I could still. But so even on easy mode, it's not.
Why
Easy.
should I even listen to you talk about this game if you died 6 times on easy mode?
You know what's
6
funny?
times on
It's
easy
a
mode.
Steam sale. I was looking at it, but it's still too expensive.
It's a great game, though. Honestly, now
Yeah,
that
I
I'm
hear that, but you know
in-
what? Spider-Man's a
I'm
great
in.
game, and I haven't bought that.
I'm in. I'm leveled up. I'm level 44.
Oh.
So I've leveled up
Okay,
quite
that
a
doesn't mean
bit.
anything to me.
I don't. I think
It's
it
still
goes up to-
$42. What are they doing? It's ridiculous.
It runs.
And
right.
since we're talking about the Steam sale, since you brought it up,
Okay, I didn't bring up
Need
any
for
Steam
Speed
sale.
Unbound isn't even on sale. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
Oh,
You're not getting full price
God.
for this shit.
Jesus
I know,
Christ!
isn't that crazy?
Isn't
Can
that
we focus?
awful?
Can we focus on the show, please?
Can we
Yeah, go
focus?
ahead.
Focus.
Right.
Focus.
Elden time.
Can I just say, right? Here's the thing. I'm going to give people out there some advice.
Yeah,
what's
on
your
this
advice?
game that's
This
been
is-
out for like
this-
10 months.
No, nothing to do with the game.
Great.
And he's
This is-
playing on super easy mod
It's
mode.
absolutely nothing to do with the
Give your
game.
advice.
But here's the advice, right? If you're thinking of getting a like gaming PC or building a gaming PC or doing anything gaming PC
Make
related,
sure you have a hacksaw ready.
fuck that shit off right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Get a Steam Deck.
Get a Steam Deck, right? Because Millie very kindly, my beautiful daughter, bought me a dock for connecting it to the TV.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it is perfect. It looks great. It runs everything.
Yeah.
You can stream your Xbox Game Pass games to it.
I've got another
don't
hack.
even need an
I've got
Xbox.
another hack, Stu.
Brilliant.
Stu,
Just
What's
buy a
that? What's that?
console.
What's
buy,
that?
just buy a console.
Fuck the console,
Just
man.
buy a
You play-
console.
Look
It's
how cheap,
cheaper.
right?
But
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Stu, Chinny, the graphics are slightly better.
It's not even
They're not,
that.
though.
How cheap are games on
They're
Steam
not.
at the moment, Duke? How much
They're
are the
giving games
equivalent
away on
games?
Xbox. I literally can't play them quick
Well,
enough.
Game Pass, I guess, but you're not going to get everything, are you?
I can't play them quick enough.
You're not getting everything, though, are you? Is Elden Ring on Game Pass? Don't think so.
Well, you know.
No, it isn't.
Is
suck-
he hurting for games to
Yeah, but
play?
Stu, you
No.
haven't
Is
heard my
Dying
argument
Light
back.
2 on there? No.
You haven't heard my argument back.
Go on, what's your
What's
argument
that?
Suck your mum.
back?
Do you know what I mean?
He got you there.
Think about it.
Wow.
Think about
Wow.
it.
My mum's dead. How
Well,
dare you say
There's
a
nothing
thing
to do with me.
like
That's not my fault, is it?
that? You horrible person.
Go
No,
ahead.
no, honestly, if you want a gaming PC, just get a Steam Deck. Seriously.
Steam Deck.
Well, hang on a second. You need a PC to hook the Steam Deck to.
No,
though.
no,
I mean,
you
let's be
do
No,
bollocks. It
no,
plays things
no,
natively.
no,
It plays
no.
everything natively.
I thought you had to have a PC to run it
No,
through.
no,
Oh, okay,
D-balls.
well,
No, Steam Deck
Luke's-
is
still
a
don't care, still not
computer.
gonna do it.
Luke's calling you out. He said, Millie will have words, Stu, because you are
just 'cause he loves
salty at the
bloody
Beetle game.
Drive. It's
Yeah.
a bloody shit game, that's why.
It looks shit.
It's
I
terrible.
got
I've
Googled
told her
it.
it's terrible.
Looks awful.
Awful. It's awful.
It
It's
looks
the worst
like
game
something
ever.
Hitler would like.
Hitler would
We've
love that
established you're
game
worse than Hitler.
because it is sadomasochistic.
Yeah.
That is the type
He
of game we're talking
loves it.
about here.
Hitler-
I didn't realize
Ah.
Hitler was into Satan.
My favorite game,
You don't know.
Beetle
Sadism,
Drive.
Yes, but
Beetle Drive.
Totally
Ah,
into it.
yes.
Awful. Honestly, if I could, right, without Kay's mum knowing, I would burn it.
Yeah.
I
Do it.
literally would get that game and set it on fire.
Do it.
I should do it.
Do
It's
it.
awful. Then we never have to play it again.
Yeah.
Oh God, what happened to your Beetle game?
And then, you know what happened? You get it for Christmas next year. And he goes, ah,
Oh, yeah. Get you a new one. Get you a
Don't
new one.
worry, we got you.
Anyway, I've not barely talked about Elden Ring. So here's the thing, right?
Oh, I was hoping you'd come back to it.
Not
Here we go.
only did I kill the first boss, but
Yeah.
I've also killed the tree sentinel, which is the boss outside the main
sweet.
bit when you
Take that,
first
tree
come into the world. So I killed that.
sentinel.
I was gonna say bitch, but that's probably a bit sweary. Seeing as Luke's in the chat, I don't want us teaching
Oh,
bad
okay.
language and stuff.
How old is
Yeah,
Luke?
Heaven forbid.
So I killed that.
How
nice
old is Luke?
enemy.
How old is Luke?
15, I think.
Oh, he
15.
knows
Oh,
all the
what
swear
fuck?
words.
We told him it's not for children. Oh wait, that's not on.
Yeah,
He
you-
knows
yeah,
more
he would,
swear words
yeah.
than we do.
He probably does.
Yeah, what the
Probably
fuck
does.
is wrong with you?
So yeah, I killed that bitch.
Sponge. Sponge. That's the new swear word. Sponge.
Yeah, I just
Did you
slapped
just
it
say
around.
splunge?
Sponge.
Splodge. You can
Sponge
just
off.
see it, by the way, on the stream there. You can just see the tree sentinel just pacing around. Can you see that on the horse?
Oh yeah, I see that.
That's a tree sentinel.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Oh.
pretty tough.
Oh, yeah.
Very
But I killed him. I just
yeah.
killed him. No messing. I
Okay,
took
you
his
know what? You
shit.
can't brag about how you killed a tough enemy on this game after you've installed
No,
a cheat
this
mod
is.
for
I'll be honest
easiness.
with you, right? I'll be completely honest. If this was playing as I was playing the game, I wouldn't have even got to the first boss.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
okay. I'm not.
I mean,
mad
like,
at you,
oh,
I'm
he's
just saying.
14. That's still fine. Yeah, I wouldn't even got to the first boss because I'm telling you now, right? It's like this goddamn road of attrition.
Yeah.
So you're going up
Yeah.
this huge hill, like with a road, and
Yeah.
there's like enemies about every 10 meters.
It's just
Right.
annoying, isn't it?
It's like
It's
the
like
fucking
walking around Wolverhampton,
Oh,
Stu.
wolves. They chuck a load of wolves at you. So
Yeah,
they
in
all come
Wolverhampton,
pounding
yeah.
That's the
down.
Wolverhampton
Yeah,
Wolves.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dudes with massive spears
Even
and
I know that.
shields. So I killed all them, right? Killed them all, and I was doing so well, right? And I got to nearly the top,
Yeah.
right, where the boss is waiting, and there's like a bonfire thing of whatever it is, a grace light or whatever the hell it's
Of the
called.
vanities.
Yeah, something like
Tom
that. Where you can
Wolfburn,
save your
yo.
progress, right?
Yeah.
And this fucking dude starts firing crossbow bloody firebolts
Oh,
at me.
leave it out.
Like
What
massive
are you doing?
fireballs down the
What a
hill.
schmuck.
But luckily, I managed to avoid that shit. So I killed
I was
him as
hoping you'd say
well.
that.
Because I'm not
Yeah.
taking no messing in this game now. I am hard.
Yeah. Suck off.
Bloody hard. But yeah, it's great. I'll be honest. I'm in. I'm in. I'm
Okay.
invested, man. Now that I
I'm
can
glad
kill.
you
What
like
stuff.
made you go to this?
Because I've been thinking, it's coming up in everybody's game of the year list and all that shit, right?
Yes.
And I was like, I should play this. I mean, I know I'm not going to get it finished anywhere near in time for the game of the year show, but I can say I played it, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure, why
Sort of.
not?
I played 5 hours, by the way, up until the last 2 days. That's
Yeah.
as much
Wow.
as I'd played.
Yeah.
And I got a horse. I have got a horse in the game.
Ooh, a horse. All
But,
right.
Yeah,
Did you have to give your
honestly,
kingdom for it? Hey-oh, Richard III.
I'm like, but here's the thing, right? The first boss is ridiculous.
Yeah.
He starts off with like this spear attack, then he starts firing light daggers at you. Then he gets this
Yeah.
massive light hammer
Ooh,
and starts
sexy.
whacking you with that. And it's like, how hard is the last boss in this game? Because this is just the
Yeah.
Well, I
first
mean,
boss.
crushingly hard. The whole reason people play this is so they can brag about how they beat it, and it's the only thing that matters in their life. And
Yeah.
their partner left them, but I beat it. I beat
Yeah,
it.
I guess.
So if you're not here for that, you're chasing the
Can I
wrong
just
game, my
say,
friend.
Luke's brother Adam has finished this game normally.
So
Yeah,
he
but
says.
how old's Adam? Like,
Adam is 20.
yeah, well, he's got loads of bloody time, isn't he? Like, just
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
He didn't have a
yeah.
job, does he?
yeah,
He
Is
does
he-
have a job. He works at Morrison's.
yeah, but he's a waste
Yeah,
man,
like
though,
you
isn't
can't play video games during a Morrison's job.
No, yeah, he can do.
he? Yeah, in the freezer section.
In the
Exactly.
freezer. No, he does all the stock taking stuff
Stock
at night, I
taking.
believe.
Ah,
Stock
So
right.
he
taking.
says. There's 100
Count stock on the
bananas,
shelves and stuff.
yeah.
But yeah, it's great. I'm going to play more of it because I can actually play it now. I feel like
Glad
it's
you like it.
normal. It's like a normal game now, rather than
yeah.
being ridiculously hard. But it's still challenging enough. So
Yeah.
even
Well,
with
yeah.
stuff in, but there's all the little tweaks that it does as well. So not only does it make it easier, it makes the enemy's attacks less, right? It also allows you to collect your grace tiers or shards or whatever the hell they're called, regardless of where your body is. Because normally in this game you have to get back to your body to collect what you've lost.
Yeah,
Just press Y and it just brings it all back to you, which is great.
nice.
And the other thing
Pretty
it
cool.
does is you have these tier flasks which replenish your health.
Yeah,
And they have
Now,
booze in 'em?
normally you've got to collect these golden runes to refill them, but
Right.
with the cheat mode enabled, they're just full every time you die.
all right.
Nice.
So it does like there
Take
are
that.
a lot of nice little tweaks. Well, Duke, if you ever buy this game, install this mod, which is very easy, by the way. It's very simple to
yeah.
install.
I can't imagine playing that without the mod.
No, I think you'd be fine. I think you would enjoy it.
I'd play it without the mod. I'd play it without.
I mean,
Oh,
I'll try it without the
you
mod, but I
can't-
can't imagine
You wouldn't
it'll last
play
very
without
long.
the mod, Chinny.
I would.
No, you would, but you wouldn't be very good at it.
I would. I'd be.
No, I bet you wouldn't. Right, I think the challenge is laid down. It's on my Steam list. Let's see what.
Ch-ch-ch-ch-ch-
Put your money where your
challenge.
mouth is.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Let's see how
Hear it.
if you can get to the first boss, shall we?
First boss.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see if you can do it on normal.
Well, yeah. I'd play it
Alright.
on normal. Yeah.
All right, challenge is on then. Challenge is on. Right,
It's out.
I've talked enough about that, so do you talk about something?
Okay, there's this little game I've been playing called Lost New World, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. New World, yeah, New World, baby.
Oh yeah. Did I
am
watch?
Loving this.
Did I watch you play this? Is this the one?
Yeah,
I
you
watched?
did. That's right. Chinny watched me play it because I was playing it, and Tainted Brain.
God,
so
he must
sweet.
have been
I love.
bored.
Thank you so much, Tainted Brain. He sent me a message that was like, "Hey, you haven't been active on Twitter and you haven't been around in the Discord. Like, everything okay?" And I was like, "Oh, everything's fine. I just don't use Twitter much these days because fuck Elon Musk, and I just generally don't use Discord much." But I went to the Discord and I was like, you know what? If I just hung out in one of the chat rooms and broadcast what I was playing, maybe people would stop by and say, hey. And they did. So shout out to Fraser. Fraser Moore stopped by and said, hey. And Chinny stopped in and said, hey. And that's it. That's the only people who stopped in. Everybody else
I
loves
thought you had a long. I was getting ready for a long list there, Duke. But
Yeah, I was.
I know,
What
right? Wouldn't that
happened?
be great? Yeah. I don't know. People don't want to watch me play this dumb game, but that's okay. New World. Oh my God. It has its hooks in me so deep.
Oh
I love it.
no.
It is exactly what I wanted from a game. First of all, Lost Ark is also made by Amazon Game Studios. So they're kind of interesting, and they came out around the same time. So they're kind of interesting to look at them side by side, right? And the
So what
first
you
thing
saying?
you notice,
Can I just a minute? Whoa. So just let's be clear here. You now love Jeff Bezos. Is this?
yeah, I love him. He's a great guy. I want to kiss his butt. Anyway, so there's these two games, and if you have a female warrior in Lost Ark, she's got her boobies, and when she walks, she's swinging her butt back and forth.
Now
side
we're
to side.
talking.
I have a woman.
Yep,
I have
yep,
a woman
yep.
warrior in
Chinny's
New
interested.
World, and she looks like an actual warrior. Like, she's got shirt, pants, like
That's not gonna
armor
protect
on,
her.
like,
Chinny's out now. You had him,
It's
but you've
such
lost
a-
him.
it's such an interesting contrast of like, hey, imagine that. Like, women want to be protected when they go into battle. What do
Nah.
you know?
Hmm.
Anyway,
That's how good the magic
when-
is.
when you start out, I was going around, just doing quests and stuff, and it's the quests everywhere. It's so nice. Like, I love it. And there was this cave that I just stumbled upon, and I went in. I was like, I'm gonna kill the monster in this cave, and it stomped me. I barely got out alive, and I was like, oh snap! I'll have to go back later when I'm stronger. You know how long it's been since I played a game where you have to go back later when you're stronger?
Try Elden
Yeah.
Ring. You have to do that for every cave you go in.
Yeah, well, that's the only thing in Elden Ring. This is only occasionally the thing in New World. Yeah. So I just thought that was very cool because that doesn't happen in Skyrim. That doesn't happen in most MMOs. So it was just very nice to see that. It is a pretty world to roam. When you stopped in to see me playing this, what was the first thing you said?
It looks pretty.
Yeah, exactly. And it is.
Pretty.
And like,
pretty game.
not just that the graphics are good, but that it's a pleasant world to be in, Skyrim is a pleasant place to be in for the most part. Diablo, that's not pretty to look at. It's like hellfire and deathscapes everywhere. Everything's dark and grim. And, this is like you're in a nice little forest. And I really appreciate that. Now, the funny thing is that on occasion, you will come upon like, it'll have like something glowing to indicate you need to look at this, or you can look at it, get a little XP or whatever it is. So I go to look at it, or it's sometimes in a quest, it'll be like, hey, go to this spot and read this note. So you go there and you read this note. Now it's an MMO. So in most RPGs, if you were to read the note, the game would pause while you read the note, right? Not in this game. There's like 6 monsters in the room, and then I'm reading this letter, and they're attacking me while I'm reading it. And I'm like, God
Nice.
damn it! You should have some immunity while you're reading a note.
No,
because-
I'm afraid that's not how the real world works, though, Dick. If
Yeah.
you're reading a letter and enemies are attacking you, they're not going to wait for you, are they? to read
This
it?
sounds
know, but-
very Elden Ringish in places because that's
Well, that's
exactly what
because
happens in
you
those
played
games.
Elden Ring recently, and it would sound like Skyrim if we were talking about Skyrim.
No, it
Anyway.
wouldn't, because you can pause in Skyrim, can't you? In Elden Ring, again, if you do anything, the game carries on regardless.
Okay,
Doesn't
well,
matter
this
what
came
you're
out
doing.
long before as Elden Ring, so
Yeah,
therefore
Dark
they
Souls are
copied
doing it ages ago
New
before
World.
even this game
Yeah,
came
but
out.
they. But
saying.
Can we just
Amazon was
focus on
born
the
in
game that
1980.
Duke's
You
talking
say, you
about?
just couldn't put. You couldn't even
No, no,
pause
no.
like
Everything relates
to
Demon
something
Souls.
else.
How long
Stu,
ago did that
stay
come out?
focused. Let's stay focused.
Fucking New
Yeah.
World copied off them.
You've
Stay
talked about New
tuned.
World. You've talked
Let's
about
go
New...
back to Sacred 2.
Alright,
All right.
okay.
Anyway, the point is, the crazy thing too is if you clear out the room and then start reading it, there's a chance one of it is going to respawn. So it's like you're taking a chance. So now I don't even bother reading anything. I just hit the button, get the XP, it shows up, and then I close it immediately and I move on. And to be fair, the stories in this game aren't really all that great anyway. The whole thing is fetch quests. Like every single quest is like, go here and do that, go there and do that. And like the only thing that differs is, you know, one dude, he was the person tending the bar in this tavern. And so he was like, I missed my pots and pans. Would you go find them for me? They're in this swamp. It's like, why are your pots and pans in a swamp? What are you doing, dude? But whatever. It's fine. The hats are all really stupid.
Okay.
That's my biggest complaint about this game is there are some customization options, not too many, but there are some. And the biggest problem is that the hats all look really stupid. And I'm like, I want a good hat, please. Why can't I find a good hat?
So is this the freemium content, the stuff you have to buy in the store? and what have you?
No. Here's the thing. There might be some of that, but there's I haven't found anything looking for my money.
Weird.
Nothing.
Man, did you have to
There's-
pay for this, though? Don't you have to buy the game?
Yeah, you buy it up front, which is why it's different from most MMOs. And I said last week that I don't think there's a bunch of different currencies, and there aren't. Like there's silver, and then there's like Azoth, which is the currency you use to move around the map, and that's it. Which is really nice because your inventory still fills up with loot, but you can recycle it or you can sell it, and I'm really loving the fact that it's not overwhelming me with all these things it's throwing at me. The more a game throws at you, the more it's trying to get from you, and I think this is a good example of the inverse of that. So speaking of Azoth, like the fast travel, I was saying to Chinny when I was streaming it, it's a nice balance between ease of use and not instant. So in a lot of video games, single player games like Skyrim, you can instantly fast travel to anywhere you want, right? And there are people who set themselves the challenge of like, I'm not going to use the fast travel. So I'm going to ride my horse everywhere I need to go or whatever, just to make it more interesting and have more of those encounters along the way. This game forces you to do that. You have fast travel spots, but the trick is you can only fast travel from one spot to another spot, right? So if you're in the middle of the forest, you want to fast travel, you have to find the nearest fast travel point and then walk or run to that.
That's what The
There's no
Witcher
mountains
did,
and
though,
stuff.
wasn't it, Stu? Like you
Yeah,
can only
yeah.
fast travel from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
obviously,
I kinda
Elden
like
Ring
that.
does that. Can I just say Elden Ring?
Jesus Christ.
He's not going to let it go. You're just gonna
You
have
can
to
only
let
go
it
when you rest at a grace shrine. You know, that's the only time you can
that's
travel.
Very interesting.
Anyway, each one of them is a fast travel point.
So, and you use some Azoth every time you fast travel. But then if your faction that you belong to is in charge of most of the map, and that's like some PvP stuff I haven't even messed with yet. Then you fast travel might be more or less expensive based on who's in control of the map or whatever it is. I don't know. Anyway, you also can get a house, and if you have a house, then you can fast travel to your house from anywhere. So in a sense, it is possible to like instantly travel if you go to your house first and then go fast travel, because you can fast travel from your house to any of the fast travel spots. So anyway, it's kind of nice, but houses are like 10,000 silver, and I just recently got 10,000 silver. So the idea of having a house is like, forget it. But then I was wandering around on in one of the towns, and there was a house that was free, and I was like, oh shit, this must be some sort of mistake in the game or whatever. But it wasn't like I guess it wasn't. I don't know. I got a house for free because when I went looking for information about houses in this game, I didn't see anything about free houses. It was like the cheapest houses are 5,000 silver, and then there's some that are 10,000, some that are 20,000. You would think they would have something about go get your free house in this one town. Maybe somebody abandoned it or something.
That's how real houses work anyway. If you find one, you can
yeah,
just have it for
exactly.
free.
You just live there.
Take it.
Yeah. The other interesting thing about travel is that when you, so, you know, like any RPG, there's wilderness areas and then there's roads going from place to place, right? If you run on the road, you get a 3% boost in running speed.
Oh.
Oh.
And that it's not much, obviously, but it's just enough to notice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I'll be running somewhere and I'll be like, why does it feel like I'm going slow? Oh, because I'm not on a road, that's why. And then you get on a road and it's just barely enough to be like, yes, that feels right now. So it's just a weird little thing to make you travel the roads, and it keeps you safe because then you're not running through, you know, areas with a lot of monsters in them if you're not ready for them. You can also climb in this game, which doesn't seem like much, but you know what I mean? Like if there's a little ledge above you, like you can jump up and grab it and pull yourself up.
Oh, I thought you meant like climb up a rock
Like
face.
Breath of the Wild.
No.
something
Breath of the
like
Wild.
Not Breath of the Wild.
style.
No, not quite like that. But it's still like Skyrim, you can't climb anything. You know, you can try to
Yeah.
No, you
glitch
can
your way
jump
up a
in
mountain.
some weird ways
Yeah.
until you finally get up there.
Right, but that's, you know, the
This is.
mechanic
I would.
isn't in
I
the
would
game.
say this is more like clambering.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
clambering, yeah. But it's so
This game's
nice because there are
clambering.
certain times when like you would have to go all the way around this rock face, but there are just enough like handholds for you to kind of make your way up. And I was like,
I love a
oh,
game.
that's so nice.
I love a game with a good clamber.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
clambering mechanic.
Ooh.
that in Elden Ring.
Oh,
Uh,
can't beat that.
Now, speaking of movement, I was very frustrated when I started playing it because I've gotten used to it now. But when you dodge, like in Guild Wars 2, if you dodge out of the way, you do a roll. And it's very satisfying because you can attack and then roll out of the way and then attack again and then roll back. In this game, you don't roll, you just hop. So you'll be fighting and then you just hop backwards. And then you fight some more and you hop. And I'm like, this hop is idiotic. Why can't they put a
Ugh,
roll in like
hopping,
every other
terrible.
MMO?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotta be a
honestly.
roll.
But then, wait.
Oh, wait a
hang
minute, wait a
on.
minute. There's more.
There
Hold
is
on.
a roll if you, because there's 3 levels of armor that you can be wearing. You
Oh,
can
there's
have
a roll
light
if you get your
armor
tits
load.
out.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
No.
No.
If you wear less,
there-
you can roll.
Exactly. If you wear less, you can roll. So if you have light armor on.
Oh, is that real?
It's all light it
That is
really
real.
is. If you have 13, if the weight limit for armor has to be 13 or
Alright.
less.
Get your
And
baps
if you
out.
have 13 or less, you can roll out of the way. Otherwise, and so I am wearing not enough armor really to protect me. Like
you
I
getting
would
your
have a
baps
much
out. You
easier
got your
time.
baps out.
Exactly. No,
So have
but
you
it's
got
like
the
a linen
bikini armor on, have you
Yeah,
now?
it's a linen shirt instead of like a steel breastplate, which is ridiculous. If I'm going up against these demon beasts, I shouldn't just be wearing a linen shirt.
Yeah, but you
I'm
can
like,
get
I'm-
out of the way so they don't hit you.
I've
so it
got to
doesn't
be
matter.
able to roll. That's the
To
thing.
be
and it's
fair, you
mostly
wouldn't be able
aesthetic.
to roll if you had a breastplate on.
No,
That's-
yeah, if you have
that's-
plate
I
armor on,
know.
you're not rolling
It is more
anywhere.
real, but you know what? There's not spark bulbs in the middle
Can
of
I
the
just
forest.
say,
Can you
right.
roll in Elden Ring?
Yeah, exactly.
Can
yeah,
you roll?
can actually.
Have
yeah,
you got
as well.
have you got armor on, like metal armor?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
It's,
you
it's,
totally have
it's
plate
not very
armor on.
realistic, but is it,
Bullshit.
Stu?
This
It's not
is
very
much
realistic.
better
No,
than
it
Elden
it
Ring.
isn't.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. In
Stupid
real
game.
life, if in real life, if you try to roll in plate armor, it'd just be like thunk, and
Yeah.
that'd be it. You'd just be on the floor.
You would break your ribs. You
Yeah,
would,
you just wouldn't roll. You just fall over.
yeah. This is why Elden Ring is shit.
Less realistic because you can actually roll in plate armor, dude. So you'd like that game.
I wouldn't be able to roll in anything. Doesn't matter what I'm wearing. So you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Anyway, that was
Um,
very nice to realize that I could roll in.
You could
in light
roll.
armor, so yeah.
Rock and roll. Wow.
It
Can
was
I just
hilarious.
say, Luke has asked in the chat. He said he's just got Shadow of Mordor
Oh,
for
yeah.
8
Oh
quid.
yeah.
Great game.
8 quid. Was it worth it?
Yes.
Totally.
Yes.
Totally worth
That
it.
is one of the
What a
only
game.
games I've ever 100%ed, Luke.
Very
so
good.
you got
Very good
yourself
game.
a gem right
Very
there. It's a
good
great
game.
Never played it. You got yourself a
I wouldn't get excited
bargain.
about the sequel though. Shadow of Mordor was the better
No,
one.
sequel's not
No,
great.
ignore that. Ignore that.
Yeah. So I only have a few more things to say about New World, but I am like this has literally been all I've played. I played this and Rocket League,
Yeah.
and again, like I have not been doing schoolwork yet. I started doing some schoolwork today, but it's
Aw.
been like
New World has got its hooks
relaxing.
in.
it's been New World, it's been Rocket League, it's been sleep, it's been eating, hanging out with the Duchess, and that's pretty much it.
Cool.
like for the last 4 days. Like it's been awesome.
So, can I ask you, Duke, on a level of addictiveness, to say something like World of Warcraft, where do you think New World is sitting at the moment?
Well, okay, so here's the thing. When this game launched, the hype was way up here, and then people's reactions were way down here because
Yeah.
it's changed a lot since the year it came out.
Yeah.
In fact, Mr. Hero on our Veteran Gamers Discord
Aha.
had posted a video, which is really comprehensive, about all the. It was like Legacy of Failure was the name of the video, and it was all these things that the game did wrong.
Oh,
and all the
really?
bugs that people had. Oh yeah, it was
Wow.
a nightmare apparently. And I
I'm
didn't really know
impressed
any
that he
of
made a
I was
video.
like, okay.
Like,
Well,
to
no,
go
he
through.
didn't make it, but someone.
Oh, right. I was gonna say.
Yeah, sorry. Mr. Hero posted a video that someone else
You
had
put a link to it.
about
A
it.
link to
Okay.
the video.
Yeah, right, exactly. So anyway, but Amazon Game Studio has done a good job fixing a lot of those problems. So there's still a lot of stuttering, there's still a lot of bugs. Like there's 2 quests that are infamously bugged. Like I went looking for information on these quests because I was impossible for me to finish them. Anybody out there who has played the game, they are miners, keepers, and salting the earth. Those are notoriously just impossible to finish.
Yeah.
So, and they still haven't finished. And so I went looking for info, and it was like 6 months ago, people were reporting that it was bugged, and it
Yeah.
still hasn't been fixed.
Yeah.
It's like, what are y'all doing? But on the other hand, they completely revamped the beginner's experience. So they have all these new worlds, and like you
Nice.
can start fresh, and like, yeah, they've really tried to make it more solicitous or new players. They've changed the interface in a bunch of ways. They've added a whole, new zones and stuff. And all of this has been free because of complaints from the user base.
Yeah.
But it's a little too late probably because the user base has really fallen off. So
that's a
I
shame.
went looking. I mentioned this to Chinny. So Lost Ark, for example, is the other game that Amazon put out. The day that I checked it, which was the 26th of December, to be fair, not a whole lot of people playing video games, or maybe there are. I don't know. Anyway, the numbers might have been skewed, but still, Lost Ark had 347,000 players that day. New World had 45,000 players.
Yeah.
So there's this disproportionate, and just
Still a
for,
lot of people,
comparison,
though, isn't it? It's a lot of
it's
people.
still a lot of people,
Yeah.
but there were more people on that day playing Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Yes.
So that's a little funny.
But
thing
also
to check out.
that sounds like a bad thing. But Euro Truck Simulator is massively popular.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
is.
it is. no
It's
doubt.
massive.
And
So
I'm
what
not
you're
saying it's a
saying
bad
there
thing.
is that you're comparing it to another massively popular. It sounds mundane. But
I'm comparing it to an old game.
Yeah,
that is
but it's like, well,
really pretty
whoa.
niche.
What if you compared it to, say, World of Tanks? I mean, that thing is fucking huge. That's a behemoth
It is.
of a
There's no
game.
doubt about it.
You
I
can't
just thought
compare.
it was
It's like
interesting to see.
comparing apples and oranges, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Well, kind of. But on
can
the other
compare
hand,
apples and
New
oranges.
World was supposed to be
Well-
this game-changing, remarkable new,
Yeah.
item.
Yeah,
in
but
the
this is
MMO
what happens when
world, and
people launch a buggy mess, isn't it? You know what I
Well,
mean?
right. No, that's my point, though, is that it was a buggy mess. And I think that, in the same way that No Man's Sky has redeemed itself with so much new content, hopefully Amazon Games is trying to do that with this game, but it's taking them a while. And
It does seem like there's
people
still
aren't
support
very
for it, though.
forgiving.
It's not like they've just given up on it and gone, fuck
That's
it.
true, but here's the thing, and this was the most interesting thing about the video that Mr. Hero posted a link to. They declared that this game was going to appeal to hardcore PvP players. Right?
Hardcore.
Which, first of all, I am not. So if that had been what it actually was, I would have been like, nah, it's not for me, and I would have learned that in the free weekend. But what they realized soon after they did the first beta tests was that people claim that they want a lot of PvP content, but most people who play MMOs aren't really looking for hardcore PvP stuff. So you've got to strike a balance and give the PvE players like me, player versus environment, what we want. And then you can also give the hardcore PvP players stuff as well. So they've tried to strike that balance in the months after those first beta tests. And apparently one of the big problems when they first launched was that everybody was unhappy because they hadn't found the balance very well. So PvE players felt like there wasn't enough content for them, and the PvP players felt like, the mechanics weren't good enough and it wasn't interesting to keep them coming back and stuff. So I just found that all very interesting. And I know the listeners are just fascinated by it as well. So.
I bet they are. I bet they just
yeah.
like, oh, I can't wait to play this game. I'm going to play it. Just play it.
But it
That's
is
what it's
very
saying.
satisfying. The Duchess was watching me play, and it was something about my house. It was like, click here to pay your property tax. And the Duchess like, this game has property taxes? What is wrong with y'all?
Yeah.
I know some people think it's interesting. I don't care about that, but it's one of those things. It's like satisfying to be able to pay your, and I guess it's like
Pay your property tax. Oh, I love this game. What's your
Pay your
favorite
taxes.
mechanic? Oh,
Pay your
paying the
taxes.
taxes,
part-
man. Oh, I love
property
that. I love
taxes.
doing that
I'm
in the
paying
game.
my property taxes like a
You know,
boss.
seeing the mayor and going, here, take
Yeah.
my money because I have to pay my taxes on my house. Go
Here's
on,
another
you
thing
go.
about this
I'll
game.
have £5.
There's a very satisfying UI sounds. So when you hit, confirm on a menu or something, it goes.
Like
Right?
Marvel
You-
Snap. Marvel Snap has that.
I guess
Oh, you
so.
see, that's
sure.
how to
It
get
does.
you.
It does.
That's how to
Yeah,
get you.
but
Like
it's
crack.
it's so nice. It's like that's well designed. You know what I
crack.
mean? Because
It's
it's
crack.
not just like click,
It is.
bing, bing, bing. It's like
Marvel
Oh, this
Snap
is
is
doing
crack.
something.
psychological stuff. What Duke
So,
doesn't know
and-
is what Duke doesn't know
Yes.
is that the taxes in the game are linked to his bank account. So in real
oh,
life,
dude, what the
this is
heck,
how they
man?
get
Where'd
the
my
money off you
go?
because you think you're just paying
Yeah.
taxes in game, but really
Yeah.
it's coming out of your
Yeah.
bank account, man. That is
It's
where
like
they're
that
getting the
VR helmet
cash
that
from.
kills you if you die in the game.
That is right. That is right. That's what's happening.
The reason it's a problem that there aren't too many people playing this right now is because there are these things called expeditions, which are they have to be done by a group of people,
Like a
right? And
raid is that.
like a raid, exactly. WoW or Destiny 2. There's all these sorts of things like these in games. The problem is that since there's not a lot of people playing, it's hard to find people to do these expeditions with, and there are quests tied to them. So it's like, dang it, you know what I mean? Like, I can't do a quest because I need to have other people do this dungeon with me or whatever it is. But I did one today, and it was pretty satisfying. It wasn't amazing or anything. They're designed to be done by groups of people who know each other and hopefully have like voice, chat. But whatever, it was still fine. Again, you have to find a balance between what's going to be fun for people who know each other and play together, and what's fun for randos who just team up, on the fly. A couple more things here, real quick. Actually, I guess there's just one more thing. There is no swimming in this game, but there
So what
are
happens if
lakes
you
and
go in
rivers.
water? Do you drown?
Well, it depends on how deep in the water you go and how fast you can get out of it. Basically, you only walk in this game. So there's someone posted the meme of Skinner, Chinny, when he's looking for Bart, and Bart's skipping, and he goes down into the water, and Bart's like, "Oh my God, he's drowning!" And then he just walks out on the other side of the river, like toward him, like the Terminator or something. Anyway, that's basically what it's like when you are going into water in this game, because a lot of the rivers aren't very deep, so you get down to your neck or something like that, but then you just walk out again. But the lakes, you can easily drown in the lakes. And
Can I just say, right, and I don't want to harp on about realism, but if you went walking in a lake with plate armor on, likelihood is you're probably going to drown.
Yes, probably.
You're not
so
gonna be
there
able
you
to
go. It's a
swim with that
realistic
plate.
game. in
It's
that
real-
sense.
Let alone the
Even
rust.
leather.
Let alone the rust.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let alone
Oh,
the rust,
Rust
it
is
would just
also a
suddenly
good
stop
video game.
moving. Even leather armor is pretty heavy when it gets wet. Just
I'm
saying.
sure it is. Yes.
So yeah, I think it's pretty realistic. I like it.
So it's a lot of fun. I'm really having a good time with it. Now, the trick is, and this is what a lot of people are saying, is that once you hit the level cap, once you do, all the quests, then they're like, okay, now what? But I got to be honest. I've played this game for at least like 30 hours in the last 2 weeks. And I mean, if I logged in tomorrow and there was nothing left to do, I would be like, you know what? I got my money's worth, man. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
30 hours of gameplay is pretty decent.
And how much did you pay for the game?
$20.
Oh, it's even better. It's
So
less
it's
than
like,
a pound,
it was a
less than a book
steal.
an hour.
Yeah, exactly. And, there's all these, skills of like cooking and crafting and, I'm chopping down trees and mining for iron and stuff. I'm just loving it. I'm just really, really having a good
who
time. with
knew?
it, so.
Who knew?
New World, big thumbs up.
Thank
you
right,
for
shall we
listening,
talk about
Global.
High on Life that we've all played this week?
Oh, yeah, we have.
So let's
Woo!
talk a little bit about High on Life then, shall we?
Yes. This
Uh,
is a game designed by the guy who made Rick and Morty. Is that correct?
That is correct. That is
Okay.
correct. And the guns talk. Here's what I think. If you turn the guns off, so you can't hear any talking coming from the guns,
Why would you do that?
well, that's a good question because if you do that, this game is very basic. I feel like the
Well-
shooting mechanics are really simplistic. I feel like
Yes,
the
they
AI
are.
is not
Agreed,
very
agreed.
intelligent at all.
Right.
I just feel like it's almost like a duck hunt type shooting game.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's fair to say that. I was gonna
don't
say
think
that
it's
though.
that
I mean, you're
great.
right that the gameplay, the game mechanics, the shooting and whatnot, that's not the hook. This game is
No,
not
definitely
gonna
not.
appeal to Call of Duty players or Borderlands. Although there are some similarities with Borderlands, but it is all about the crazy scenario you're in and the absurdity of using living weapons to kill other living things.
Yeah, oh, definitely. I don't think it's for me. I'll be totally honest. I played quite a bit of it, and I was like,
Yeah,
it
I
just
mean,
didn't feel like it had enough.
well, okay, so I can agree with you to an extent. I guess I was impressed by how funny it was at times. There were certain things in it that are not funny. I got to be honest. I've tried Rick and Morty like twice, and it's not for me. I will force myself to watch like 6 episodes so I could say for sure what I didn't get along with in Rick and Morty. And I think it's just like it's gonna make you laugh despite yourself, and it's
Yeah.
gonna make you laugh with the absurdity of the situations and like the uncomfortableness of certain things. And, you know, I only could take so much of this little child begging his grandfather, please don't make me kill people, until I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not enjoying this. So that's why it's not for me. And there's
And
a
there,
certain
and there was
extent of that.
the sort of joke about killing kids. In this game, we let you kill kids. Who cares?
Right. And it starts with your sister offering you cocaine, and it's
Yeah.
like, and I thought you had to. I didn't realize that was how you pick your character or whatever. So I was like, all right, whatever. And then they make a joke about someone with dementia, and it's like, you know what? My father-in-law suffered from dementia. Like, it's not so cute when it affects someone you care about, but I mean, whatever. But at the same time, like, you know, when you put on the bounty hunter suit, and I thought they handled it pretty well. 2 things they handled, I think, pretty well at the start of the game. One was every science fiction game has to deal with the fact that aliens don't speak English, right? So in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, they have the babble fish you put in your ear, you hear, you know, whatever. In this game, the gun like spits on you, and you get this bacteria in you that then helps you translate the alien languages into whatever you already speak, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yep.
And then the fact that you go to this alien world, it just happens inside your house. And I thought that was so well done, because one minute you're in your neighborhood and then you plug something into your microwave and then you're in this alien world. And I was like, that's really smart, because then you don't have to worry about animating the trip from Earth to some other space land or whatever. I thought they did it pretty well.
I did think as well, when you get to the first alien world, it's quite empty and small. There's barely anything there.
Well, it's a little city and there's a slum area. And I mean, you know,
yes.
I didn't
I
have
don't
a
know.
problem
It
with
just
that
felt a
part of
bit. It all felt a bit superficial to me. I mean, what did you think, Ginny?
Yeah, I've heard a few people say like, oh, if you take the humor away, you've got a pretty sort of bland shooter. But like, my thing is like, well, but the humor is there though. Like,
Right.
it's
Yeah,
part
yeah.
of the game. Like, and you can turn the jokes off. By the way, did you know that?
No, I know, but then there's no
You
game.
can turn down the amount of talking that the your
Yeah.
weapons
So, like,
do to you.
Yeah, but people go, oh, you know, you take the humor out, you take the writing out, you take the funny voice acting out. You've just got a boring shooter, but you don't though. Like that's like saying like, I don't know, if you take
If you took the conversations out of Mass Effect 2, then it would just be a
if
space
you take the cars out of Forza, you're just wandering around aimlessly. Like, well, yeah, but the cars are there. Like, it's part of the game. Like,
right.
it's,
Right. The
you know,
purpose of this game is
is
to
to
make you
be-
laugh.
it's
and
a
be
comedy game.
absurd and-
it's a comedy
Right,
game, and I feel like
exactly. It is a
most
comedy game.
comedy games get a hard and movies as well. Movies, it's a tough job to make people laugh.
Yeah.
I think it's harder to make people laugh than it is to make them cry. So I think it's hard, and with video games as well, as comic timing is really, really difficult. So I think
Agreed.
considering that they do a pretty good job, it does start to get a little bit boring, even with the jokes after a while. I feel like, but I like Rick and Morty, and I like their sense of humor. I watch their shows and stuff. I haven't watched them all, but I do like it. I feel like I'd play this. This is fun. This is like something a bit different. You know, there's something going on where, like with South Park, The Stick of Truth is probably one of the very few comedy games that like nail every part of it.
I love this Stick of Truth.
Stick of Truth. Like, the reason why you keep playing it though is like you want to see what happens in terms of like you want to find out like what stupid thing is going to happen next. You know, when you fight Kim Kardashian's was it Homunculus?
I can't remember.
What
It's
is it?
that long since I played it.
You know, like fetus or whatever, something like that. And yeah, you want to know like what stupid situation you're going to end up being in. So that's why I think that's the draw of these games. It's not so much the mechanics, but it's not, people aren't used to that. I think people like they need it to be like this, like, yeah. I mean, most games that introduce like good gameplay mechanics and then change it up and things like that, that makes for a better game. But this is a comedy game, so it's putting you in silly situations and giving you crazy things to do. I think it's fine. I think it's good and it's different. I think these days I think I'm drawn to what's like new, look like I haven't done before in a video game. And though I have played many shooting games, I haven't played a shooting game made by the people of Rick and Morty, which is interesting and funny. And I don't mind the sort of boring gameplay, but because there will be jokes in there that make you laugh.
Yeah. I mean, to speak to that, like Knifey is one of the greatest video game characters of all time.
Yeah.
The fact that he's so in love with stabbing people that he tells you to stab yourself with him.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know. I really like that. And I don't usually enjoy comedy games. And I probably won't be playing this anymore after I've given it, I beat the first boss and it was fine as far as it went. And, I felt like the mechanics, basic though they were, actually worked pretty well because there's tethering and there's the glop that you shoot out from the gun and stuff.
It's a very pretty
nice
game as well.
variety.
It looks great.
It
as
does
well.
look pretty good, actually. It looked
pretty
better
good.
than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I was just doing a little research on this company. They were originally calling themselves Squanch Tendo. Squanch is the name of a world. in the Rick
I'm
and
guessing they
Morty
couldn't do
franchise.
that.
Well, a lawyer told them to change it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder why.
So that was pretty
Who
smart.
knew?
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Like, we're talking about a company here that like tells people to take literally everything off YouTube if it's got any of their games on it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, they're not going to stand for that. But
Right.
fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not going to play this again, but it sounds like you two might.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
might.
going to, but I did enjoy the time I spent on it. And I didn't expect to be honest. I was like, I felt like I knew what was coming my way, and it wasn't. It wasn't just the same thing over and over again, which I kind of felt like Rick and Morty, at least in the early episodes, was. So
Yeah, I mean, I did laugh. I'll be honest. I laughed at when his suit was infected with viruses.
yeah, that was great. I love
There was all these pop-ups kept coming, and I was like, I cannot
Yeah.
see what the hell I'm doing anymore
Yeah, because you need to pay for the
because you got to pay to have them removed
disabling. Yeah.
to get
It's
the
great.
license. So they kind of stuff like that did make me,
Yeah.
you
So
know,
if you have Xbox,
chortle a little
Game
bit.
Pass, give it a try. Just play it.
Just play it.
play it. I mean, there's nothing to lose. You're not losing money
Yeah, exactly.
by just playing it. Just play it.
Yeah.
Um,
So that's
Chinny.
High on Life.
Ginny, over to you for your own game. What else have you actually been playing?
I've been playing quite a bit of Vampire Survivors.
Oh,
my
that
goodness,
game is
you are
fucking
speaking of
virtual
hooked on you.
crack.
Crack.
It is virtual crack, that game.
Well, I think I finished it.
What?
Ooh.
Is there an actual finishing state?
Yeah.
How long does that take? About 20 minutes if you don't get killed.
I'm not sure if I finished it. I think I finished it. There's basically, if you complete every level with one character,
Yeah.
you get to a point where you can finish it. And like I killed, like death always comes for you. When you get to 30 minutes, death comes for you and kills you instantly. But then at the end of this level, all the different deaths, because there's other death characters, combine into one character, and then you fight it.
Ah, so you can actually fight it eventually.
Yeah, but the problem was it was so ridiculously easy by the time she's so powered up.
Yeah,
Ah,
because of all the leveling up you've done throughout the game.
Yeah, so it wasn't really a challenge.
Mind
yeah.
you, how long did that take you to do though in real time?
Like from start to finish, and like starting playing the game.
Well,
or-
from everything, yeah, from all of the leveling up and all that
oh,
stuff.
I've probably
and
put in
playthroughs.
like 15, 16 hours in this game.
I think you got your money's worth.
Yeah, maybe more than that. Yeah, but like you can finish it with other characters as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, will it be the last time I play the game? Probably not. But I'm definitely at a point now where I'm like, this might be one of these games where, like 2 years time, I'll be like, oh, I'll give this a go. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah, I'll give this a go.
See, I
Um,
feel partly this has that Geometry Wars itch for you.
Yeah,
doesn't it,
yeah.
Really.
It's like Geometry Wars. Like now and again, I'll go, oh, I'll give Geometry Wars a go, and sometimes I download it and play it. So yeah,
That's such a
I've had my fill. It's pretty good. they keep adding things. Like there's things in this now that I'm watching that I'm like, I've never used that before. So there's still weapons in there that I've never used. But
Yeah, you never tried.
yeah, it's hard to kind of like, it's really hard to divert away from what you always pick.
Yeah. From the go-tos.
Yeah, like I always pick the same stuff, so I started to just like pick random things, and and then one of those random things was like an essential, like, oh, why have I never used this before? This is brilliant. So yeah, there's a lot of that. So that's what my advice to you, Stu, if you play it again.
Oh, I
It's
was
still
playing it. It's one of those games where if you've got 5-10 minutes and nothing to do, it's perfect, isn't it? And it is the perfect game for the Steam Deck
Yeah.
because it works great on a handheld. It's just, it's a perfect size. It's a perfect type of game.
So
Oh, yeah,
that
the Steam
so,
Deck's
so
so
I,
good.
I think I
So
finished
good.
it. I
Oh, that's
think
pretty cool.
I think I finished it. Yeah, it's good. Very good. Vampire Survivors.
Very good. Very good.
Cool.
I guess it's back to me.
Back to you, buddy.
So yeah, I haven't played a lot else this week, but what the hell was that game called that we played? Where it was like a card battling game, but also making potions and stuff. Do you remember this? And we both went, oh, that's pretty good. It was in the demos that we played for
Is
whatever.
that Potionomics?
It was called. I thought it was this game.
Potionomics.
Is
Was
that what
it
it was
Potion?
called?
Yeah.
Because there's a game on Game Pass called Potion Craft.
Yeah, that one's
Uh-huh.
apparently that one's
Knock
pretty
off.
good. Like a lot of people are
It
talking about
is.
Potion Craft.
It is pretty good, but it's not the game I thought it was gonna be.
No,
It's not
I was
Potionomics.
expecting. Is it Potionomics? Yeah,
it is Potionomics. Yes,
Bloody hell! So I thought, because I thought it was coming out on Game Pass. I'm like, oh, this is it.
there's
I'll
a
play
load.
this.
Apparently, there's a load of potion mixing crafting games that are all
Wow.
coming out at the same time.
Aesthetically, I love this game. It looks great. It's like if someone gave you a book from the 1500s.
Yeah, it
And
looks
then
like
made it into a game.
when you was at school, and you had to make those projects and dip your paper in tea and make it look
Yeah.
old. Kind of looks like that, doesn't it?
It's kind of like that, and then you've got to mix up and you've got to experiment. You've got like a little garden with all the stuff growing in it, and different things grow every day. And you've got to work out, and it's got this weird mechanic when you're stirring, right? You've got to stir up your potion, and it's like on a map. And then on the map, if there's like graveyard areas and stuff. If you go over them, the potion fails. So you've got to work out the route to make the potion that you want. And I'm trying to work out how to make a sleeping draft because some guy came in the shop and was like, oh, I want a sleeping potion. I was like, fine. Could I work out how to make a bloody sleeping potion? I was putting all sorts of shit in the cauldron and mixing it all up. And then I get another health potion. I'm like, I didn't want a health potion. I wanted a fucking sleeping potion. It's this.
I'm just saying there is alchemy like this in Skyrim. So it's just it's annoying, isn't it, for me to be going on about that?
Anyway, so you grind. You
Oh, there's
grind it up in a
there's stuff like this in
pestle
Zelda
and
Breath of the
mortar.
Wild. Yeah.
There is, there totally is. And then when you've done all that stuff, you get your potions ready for the day. Then you go to your shop, and then customers come filing in, and they go, "Oh, I've burnt myself on my stove. Have you got something I could use for that?" So
Yeah,
you go,
don't learn how to cook, you idiot.
yeah, stop burning yourself, you dick.
Here's what I got for you.
So then I go,
Holy
yeah,
shit,
I've got this potion here. Do you want to buy it? And they go, oh yeah, thanks for
I'll
that.
tell you what, you got to work on your customer
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah,
customer
really.
service.
Like,
Do you want to
I'm
buy
like,
it? Do you want to buy it?
and then like you go, I want to haggle. So you haggle with them, right? And haggling in this game is you can do easy, like medium, hard, whatever. And the harder the haggling is, obviously, the more money you get from the
Thanks
sale.
for this, you must be mad.
Exactly. But the haggling in this game, you've got to talk about the weather or farming. So
Yeah.
depending on the type of customer, it picks a topic of conversation,
Yeah.
which is then represented by pictures. And what you've got to do is click on the pictures as it scrolls past. And if you do it without missing any, the weighing scales go down on his side, and then obviously he has to pay more for it. It's a really weird.
That's as much
mechanic.
fun as the mini game in Oblivion where you're trying to have chats with the guards and
Yeah,
stuff.
it is. Yeah, it is. And if you miss, obviously, you just end up having to pay the standard pay rate.
Yeah.
Then merchants come in, you have to buy more shit off them because if
Sounds
you run out of
amazing.
stuff, you can't make potions.
Are you
and then you
enjoying
go
it?
to
Are
bed.
you sure you're enjoying it?
I'm not sure. Now I'm talking about it.
Shit.
I'm not exactly convinced.
I've heard a lot of good things about this potion craft.
But
It's going to
cool.
appeal to a pretty niche group of people. isn't
It is
Like, this
about
not-
experimenting and figuring
Yeah.
out how
They said
to
that
make-
about Stardew Valley, though, dude.
That's
Yeah, it's
true.
true. That is true. It's kind of like Papers, Please with potions. And you can play this game evil, so you can give people like poison potions
Good.
instead of what they've asked for.
Now I'm
Yeah.
in.
And
Now
then
I'm
they
in.
die.
That's Chinny's attention.
Yeah, what's
you
the
can play
the
as-
benefit of them dying, though?
Well, then they're not going to be a repeat customer, are they? if they're dead?
Exactly. Well, that's not good. Good.
So
No, that's not good
it's
business.
not good for business. Not good for business.
And the Google reviews
Unless
would be
someone's
terrible.
like, "Hey, I heard you killed my enemy. I don't want to pay you for that."
The Google reviews would be terrible, wouldn't they?
They
Of
would.
your
They
business.
would be awful.
Went
They would be
once,
awful.
died. Awful.
Well, no, to be fair,
2-star.
there wouldn't be
Nice,
any, would there?
nice
So it'd be fine,
counter.
because if they're
Be
dead,
Yelp.
they can't leave a review. It's fine.
No, but but the person's wife might be like, "My husband went there to get a heal."
My husband went there
and he
once.
died.
True.
2-star. I didn't like him anyway.
Exactly. But yeah, it's all right. It's not for me. It's not the game I thought it was.
But
I
it's
thought
not
it was playing
that. You
Potionomics.
say that it's not the game you thought of, but it's not a million miles away from what the other game is as well.
No, it isn't. I actually, for 1 second, I put the game on and I'm like, have they overhauled the graphics on this game and done a different style in the meantime? So it
It's
did
a
cross
very
my
different
mind
style
for
from
a fleeting second, and I thought, no, that can't be possible.
No, that would be a complete start over.
Yeah, it would. It would. But yes, very similar, but not the same. I still prefer the.
All right,
the-
can you just hear what you just said? Very similar, but not the same.
Yeah, well, it is similar, but not quite the same. I'd rather have Potionomics. That's just me. So there you
Yes.
go.
Sure.
Alright.
Don't play it. Don't play it.
Oh,
No, it's
don't
not-
play it.
Don't
Wow.
play it.
Just don't play it.
Just don't play it.
Yeah, just don't play it.
Just don't play it. No, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit mean. Yeah, don't play it. Right.
Well, if you didn't have
dude,
fun, then you're just being honest. Nope.
Yeah, I
I talked
suppose.
about New World. That's all I got.
is that all you got?
Eye
Chini,
on
anything
me.
else from you?
Um.
I don't know what he's thinking. He's thinking hard.
No, I haven't played any God of
No,
War.
no. I played a little bit of God of
Marvel
War
Snap.
Ragnarok, but not enough to really talk about it. I've got a little bit further. Yeah, still playing it. But it's
Yeah.
Christmas, man. You don't have as much time around Christmas because you're doing all the other
Some of us do.
Christmassy stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you do
You're
because you
staying
don't
away from your
celebrate
family.
it.
Yeah, well, that too.
And you were
Funny how much
snowed
more
in.
time you have in the holidays. You don't celebrate holidays. And if
Yeah, I
you're snowed
guess.
in.
No, you're
All
snowed
right,
in.
so we're ready for news then.
Yeah, we are. We've got some news.
Putting news first.
Can I just say, Luke is a very chatty chatter. Can I just say,
Yeah,
he's
he is.
asking loads of
chatting
stuff.
about it.
Chatty.
He's asking what our hopes are for Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
He wants to know:
I still
is it
haven't
worth
played.
it? Is it worth downloading? Is it worth
Or
this?
whatever.
No. Star Wars. He's asking
Yeah.
what we think of the.
But he's asking
upcoming
about High on
game.
Life as well. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah,
play
we
it. Just
can-
play it.
Yeah, let's play it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Jedi Survivor. I loved Fallen Order, whatever it's called.
Yeah, Fallen Order is right. It's cool. It's a very good game.
Yeah. So
So no, there's no reason this won't be equally, if
I
not
think,
better.
no,
I'm only
I think it'd be. If it's like God of War Ragnarok, if it was more of the same, it's not going to be as like, wow, this is amazing. But yeah, I'd be down for that if they just did more of that. That's fine.
Yeah. I think they'll try and expand it. Always got to be careful of that, though, haven't you? That they don't do stuff you don't like. 'Cause
It'd be
there's always
tricky
that
to mess up.
risk.
Do you know what I mean? It'd be tricky to
Always a
mess up.
risk.
They did such a good job last time. Like, if they just do more of it, it'll be fine. So, but I loved Fallen Order. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant game.
Yeah, same.
It's like one of my favourite Star Wars things. Like I'm a big believer. Like the best Star Wars stuff is probably there's more good Star Wars games now than there is movies.
You're probably right. Because let's be honest, the first 3 were great and the rest were a bit shit.
I don't even like the first 3 that much. I think like the episode 5 was good, and the rest are just
Yeah.
kind of like,
Empire Strikes Back is good.
yeah, that one. I
4,
like
5,
that
and
one.
6 are good.
Yeah.
Episode 3 is pretty good.
Yeah.
There's things I like about 7, 8, 9. 9 had a lot of problems, but there's things I like about them.
I quite like 7. I thought that was fun.
7 was all right. 8 I think I like better than 7.
I hate
Because
8 because
that had 8 broke away from the idea that you needed to be part of this royal bloodline in order to be a Jedi, which was awesome.
I hated 8
And then it
because
went back.
my man John Boyega wasn't in it enough.
Yeah. well, that's fine. I
'Cause
don't
he
know
was
you for being
brilliant
upset
in
about that.
7.
He is brilliant. I agree. Yes.
and
But
he wasn't
anyway.
in it enough. They wasted that character. I never watched 9,
Yes.
but whatever.
Well, as a teacher, there were certain things in there that I loved a lot, but I don't want
As a
quibble with
as a
that.
person with taste,
Yeah, hated it.
there was nothing in there.
Heyo.
Yeah. So that yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I do have hopes for it, Luke. If that is your real name.
It is definitely
Yeah.
his real name.
If that is his
Yeah.
real name, Stu.
It is. I can confirm
Maybe.
it is his real name.
Maybe.
Yeah, here's a bit of news for you. Microsoft are hitting back at Sony with all this fucking Activision Blizzard merger bio takeover crap. Because they're basically saying like it's all right for Sony to sit on their high horse and go, "Oh, you're gonna make it difficult for us to have Call of Duty on our console, you twats." But they're getting back and saying, "Well, you're preventing us from having, Final Fantasy VII remake, Final Fantasy 16, and Silent Hill 2 remake on the Xbox because of your exclusivity deals."
Yeah.
So, which is, you know what? You've got to be so careful, haven't you? Because like.
Got
gotta
to
think before you
throwing
speak.
stones in glass houses.
Exactly, hypocrites. You know what I mean? You can't have the hypocrisy of accusing one company of doing one thing and then doing the exact same thing.
You know what? I hope the FCC just go, you know what? No more exclusives for anyone. Everybody, all the games are available for everything. None of this nonsense. Fuck all you bitches. Done.
Yeah, because let's be honest, that is what they do, isn't it? They
Yeah.
fucking
That's it.
they all call
No
it
more
out on each
exclusives.
other.
Goodbye.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's not as big as Activision, the Activision Blizzard takeover, but it's same. It's the same fucking thing. They're just doing the same thing. Twats. Right. Moving on. This is going to upset Duke greatly. Can I just say?
Is it though?
Totally
Oh,
it is.
massive.
Because
I don't know what it is, but
Death
Better start
Stranding
preparing
2.
my tears.
Death Stranding 2 won't release until 2024, Duke. I'm
Ah, there is no God. How
You
could
must
this
be
be?
so upset
You know what?
about
Death
that.
Stranding was free this week on the Epic Games Store. They've been doing like a free game
didn't
every day.
even
which
buy
reminds
it,
me,
did
what
you?
is today?
Oh,
I
didn't
was
buy
like,
it for
I'm not
nothing.
even gonna bother claiming it.
no.
What is the
Wow.
fucking point? Who gives a shit? You know, there's this game where you're wandering around in the wilderness and you have to carry big packages on your back.
You might like it if
Uh-huh.
you try it. You never know.
Look, there's a
I'm-
game,
I might, but I'm not
it's
gonna
called
find out now.
Deliveroo Simulator.
That's basically. You do
Totally
have a
accurate
garrote though,
delivery
so it is
system.
quite cool. You have a garrote. Okay, I didn't even know. Did you know this was a thing? But God of War is being made into a TV show by Amazon.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that.
You
yeah.
know what?
That's why.
Amazon, Netflix, everybody's just making shows.
Gears of
based on
War.
games.
Gears of War's
It's
going
a
to be one. as well.
guaranteed audience. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
It's a formula that works. Look, Hollywood love formulas.
Well, sure.
So they love this. Do this, and then you get money. So
But it doesn't mean it's going to be good.
the latest formula is turn a video game into a TV show, and you get
Yes,
money.
Exactly. Right.
So that seems
It's
to
a
be.
guaranteed
You know,
audience.
if it's decent enough, it's
No,
still going to
no.
be decent.
That's not true. It doesn't have to be decent for them to make money off of it.
No.
True.
And there's a man here who would like to tell you what you should
Uh-oh.
do if you disagree with that.
Oh.
Ah, Yui Ball.
Right? I mean, he made a bit of money, didn't he?
He made a bit of money.
Yeah, he did. He made a bit of money.
He was ahead of the game.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was. He was doing this shit ages ago, but badly.
Yeah.
Yes, so God of War apparently will be incredibly true to the source material, says Jeff Bezos. That's
Well,
what he's
everybody
saying.
says they're going to be incredible. I mean, I don't doubt it really, but it's just like
Jeff Bezos said that.
Yeah, apparently.
Why did Jeff say that?
What would he know
Amazon
about it?
boss. Amazon boss, that's him, so I'm guessing he did.
Amazon boss.
Amazon boss.
That's not Jeff.
God of Amazon.
God of Amazon, the Amazon boss.
Oh.
Oh, no, wait a minute. It's clickbait because it's the actual Amazon Studios head of TV, Vernon Sanders. That's not a
course.
fucking Amazon boss, is
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
So how did you get Jeff Bezos? Said
I
it
didn't
then?
think it would be Jeff. when you said Amazon
Well,
boss.
that's the Amazon boss.
He's not running.
Oh, you read
things
Amazon
there,
Boss,
is he?
and you for fuck's sake, Stuart. There's like
fucking
20 different
clickbait.
departments within Amazon. No, and don't blame it on
Oh,
clickbait.
no.
Blame it on you didn't read the
Fucking
article and you started
hell.
guessing.
Honestly.
God damn.
Anyway, fuck
Do you
that
really think
shit.
Jeff Bezos has got a thing on his to-do list going?
You know,
um,
thank God of War.
Elon
This
Musk-
Can
is
you
gonna be
can you
amazing.
make sure you
Musk
play
gets
that God of
involved
War?
in
Because we've got to
everything.
approve the TV show. Like
Yeah,
what
but Elon
crack?
Musk
is
is a
like-
turd.
Let's get involved in this shit. High on Life is Xbox Game Pass biggest third-party launch
Yeah, I saw that.
title
That's
ever.
fine.
Good.
Whatever. That's fine.
So that's all right.
Good.
It's done all right. Did all
Good
right.
game does well.
Good game does well.
Yeah.
Epic Games fined more than $500 million over Fortnite's unfair microtransaction practices. Did you see about
Good.
this? So
I don't
basically,
know
what
they
they were
did
doing,
wrong, but I believe that they
well,
did something
basically,
wrong.
what they were doing was making it easy for kids to buy stuff by mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's
even
also
normal
Apple
people.
and all sorts of other
Yeah, and
platforms.
adults as well. You know, once you've got
Yeah.
stuff in your
That's
basket, and you
half
click
their
on it,
business plan.
yeah. And they were like, "Oh, we were so sorry, we didn't realize that was
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that a thing? Oh, I didn't realize." So basically, yeah, they've been fined a lot of money, but it probably is a very small drop in the ocean of what
How
they
much?
actually-
How much?
$500 million.
That is a lot of money.
It is.
520.
It sounds like it, but here's the thing. Look, if they're making 800 million off of these horrible things,
week.
then it's just it's a pay, right. It's a drop in the bucket because it's the cost of doing business. It's that formula from Fight Club, right? A times B times C equals X. If X is less than the cost of a recall, we don't do one. If
Exactly.
X is less than the cost of like paying these fines and refunding the parents who were like, God damn it, my kid ran up this stupid bill, they'll be like, sure, it's okay, you can have your money back. Because it's the cost of doing business. They're still making a lot of money with a lot of parents who are too exhausted or don't realize their kids are running up these bills. And so they're fleecing everybody as part of their business strategy. Sick.
Interesting. Yeah, so there you go. So they've been fined some money, but they probably make that 20 times that amount from what they were doing. So
Yep.
Marvel's Spider-Man 2 arrives in the fall of 2023. This one's for you, Chinny. Oh my god. 'Cause
Say
you
again.
love that.
Did y'all play the Miles Morales one?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ginny
Is
did,
that
yeah.
good? Is it on par with the first?
Absolutely brilliant. It might be even better.
What?
Really? Because it's cheaper on Steam, and I was
It's
How
like,
much
great.
is it on
"Huh."
Steam at the moment?
It's like 25 or something. It's not
Hmm.
bad.
It's great.
I might
Dude,
get it.
It's great.
Alright.
It's great.
Yeah.
Great, great, great,
I'm
great,
not
great.
some more
promising
stuff to play on
anything,
the
but
Steam Deck.
maybe.
So is this
If I
Spider-Man
get
2?
tired
Did you
of New
say?
World.
Spider-Man 2 has been confirmed for the fall of 2023. So this time
Yeah, man.
next year, you'll be playing it.
It'll probably get delayed, but yeah, man, that game's good.
I bet you're up for that.
Definitely.
Dude, Cannot
Definitely.
wait. Cannot wait.
Great game.
And that's kind of it for news this week. There's not really, I mean, Christmas week, you're lucky there's any news at all. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
There is
Why
one other
announce
article
things?
I found. Hang on a second. I will read this
Hang on,
to you.
hang on.
This is from Kotaku. Hot damn! Another Activision Blizzard studio is unionizing. Developers at the Boston-based gaming studio Proletariat, that name is a little on the nose, announced plans to unionize on Tuesday. If successful, roughly 60 employees there who worked on World of Warcraft's new Dragonflight expansion would join the growing ranks of organized labor across parent company Activision Blizzard and beyond. The group, called the Proletariat Workers Alliance, again, very much on the nose, is unionizing with the Communication Workers of America and says it has a supermajority of support among qualifying staff at the studio. While it has filed for a union election with the National Labor Relations Board, it's also calling on Activision Blizzard to voluntarily recognize the union in a break with the Call of Duty publisher's attempts to stall and sabotage similar efforts at other studios. And I think they should totally do that. I think that customers, I mean, I'm kind of a customer of Activision Blizzard. I think we should make our voices heard and say, yes, I want their workers to enjoy the benefits of being in a union. It is the right of every worker in the world to be a member of a union. And yeah, I'm in favor of this. So hooray, good job, go get them.
Is there a union for
Organizers.
teachers?
Oh yeah. Oh, I've been involved in that since I started teaching.
Yeah.
Absolutely. My mom was in the union. We're a union
He's
family.
a
baby.
union guy, Chinny.
Yeah, that's
What's
right.
the matter with you?
No scabs in this house.
No scabs.
The Duchess is in a union. And there's a video game, not a video game studio, but there's a game studio in Madison near where we live that had the company voluntarily recognized the union. They didn't even have to do the vote and everything. And the Duchess was like, oh, do you play any of their games? And I looked them up, and they make tabletop games. I'm like, no, that's the Cones of Dunshire. That's
Yeah.
Stu's department. With
Gross.
Gloomhaven and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is me.
That's for
That is
gross, smelly nerds.
Yeah, really, it's for weirdos.
Luke says, do you have any
Gameplay magazine
recommendations?
called it punishingly intricate.
Any recommendations to get into story mode games?
Play them. That's a good start.
Play them.
I would start by
recommendations.
downloading them, and then.
Oh
you
yeah,
can play.
story games.
Yeah.
Portal 2 is a great
I
story
play
game.
It
Portal
is,
1.
I agree.
Play Portal 1.
Portal
Oh,
1
Portal
is
1,
a good
Portal 2.
place to start.
Depends
is
what
a
you
great
like
place to
because like
start.
I like, you know, like my
Walking Dead season 1, we all agreed is
Walking Dead
magnificent.
season 1 is
But
great.
I like, you know, it doesn't have to be like Citizen Kane. You know, I like GTA 5 and Red Dead and things like that. So
Yeah, GTA 5,
Red Dead 1 is one of the best stories in video games.
It
and I'd say the Mass
depends.
Effect trilogy is also one of the best.
Yeah,
stories
that
in
is
video
great. Mass Effect trilogy on Game Pass is absolutely brilliant for a story.
but this all starts from playing them. Playing them is the top
You've got to play
recommendation.
stuff like other than
Yeah.
you know Fortnite. That is, not saying you
Does
play
he play
Fortnite, Luke,
Fortnite?
because I don't know whether you do or you don't.
I mean, he's
but
14.
you-
He has to by law,
Yeah,
doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Until Dusk Falls from this year is a great story game, but it is not a shooter.
No.
Just saying. But a great game with a sword.
I would start with like a
Most
game where
story-
you've got an element of things that you like in it. So if you do like
Yeah.
shooting games, then start with like a GTA or like a Red
Yeah.
Dead Redemption.
Oh,
and
Portal.
then-
Portal is still a great one, and it's short as well.
Yeah.
The original
Yeah,
Portal is brilliant.
I would say most shooters don't have great stories, so it is rare that I think Rockstar does a good job of combining
Yeah, they
story
do.
and gameplay.
Definitely.
As much as I love Bethesda, I would not call their games great
No.
on story. Although I think the Fallout 4 did a good job with putting you in a position where you have to decide in a very particular moment, are robots people? And I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like Max Payne
Don't
3.
play Heavy Rain. That game
Yeah,
sucks.
the original Max Payne
No,
was great.
I like Max Payne 3. I know it's not like the best story in the world, but I just think it's good. I just think it's,
It's
a good,
great, and
fun.
it's some good locations. Like
Yeah.
when you're in the favelas, it's great.
Yeah.
Do you know? I should play that again. It's so long ago since I
Remember
played
my
that
10-year rule?
Is it 10 years now?
Max Payne 3? I think it's 2011.
Is that even still? Is that on Steam? Is that a thing?
2012? 2012?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Do you know what? I'm gonna do this right now. If this is on
He's
Steam,
doing
and
it right
it's
now. This is
cheap,
live, people.
I'm gonna fucking buy
Max
that game and play it on the
Payne
thing. I'm gonna play it.
2012. 2012. It came out
Hey, we
2012.
just hit it.
Oh, so it is. It's
10
getting
years.
to the. It's a 10-year rule, man.
It's 10. It's more than 10 years now.
Shall we do this, Chinny? Are we gonna do like we did last year?
I've played Max Payne 3 4 times.
Have you seriously? I played it
Yeah.
once,
I've
so
played it
I'll
many
probably be able to. It's £6.29.
It's a bargain.
Does it run? Does it run on Steam Deck? Because if it does, I'm gonna buy it. I'll have a look into that. If that runs on Steam Deck, I am buying it.
You're in.
I'm in.
Max
We'll do it because
great game.
we did Mass Effect last year, and that was good fun. So let's do this again.
I can do. Yeah, I'll play Max Payne again. I have played it like 4 times, so I do.
Does
know
it hold up? I mean, when was the last time
Yeah.
you played it?
Yeah, I probably played it about 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, it holds up. It holds up well.
I'm gonna do that. I will. I promise to do that for next week. I'll play some.
All right.
Okie
I
dokie.
have never played this game, and I'm not planning on playing it now.
Max
No,
Payne
no,
3 is
it's
all right.
great.
I think
like
you
it.
like
I've
it,
heard good
dude.
things. I probably would like it, but I'm not doing it.
I think you would find the stories dumb, Duke.
Well, that's okay. Sometimes a
but
dumb
it's
story can be fun.
but the mechanics are good. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
There's a bit of Breaking Bad inspiration there because he shaves off his head.
Definitely is. Definitely.
Sure.
So, he doesn't shave off his head. He shaves the hair off his head. The shaving
Yeah,
off
it
his head
doesn't.
would be-
Yeah, it
That
doesn't
would be
shave
very
off his
weird.
head.
yeah.
His
That would
skull
be
fell
weird.
off, like Carl Pilkington said.
His whole head fell off.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. It's time for some emails. I think we've got one email.
Is it? Is it? Is it?
Is
Is it?
Whoa, that ruled.
Okay, I've got 3. I'm telling so many lies tonight. We have 3 emails. Okay,
What a
here is
liar.
the.
Okay.
I am totally a liar. Here's the first email. Preposterous. The 5th fact out of 52
Yep.
for space travel and why we need it.
Correct.
Okay, or space exploration.
For people that don't know, Stu said exploring space is pointless. There's no material gain. And
Correct.
who is it
I
that
still
sent in the
stand
email?
by
Forgot
that.
his name. What's his name?
Nigel Strutt.
Strutmeister is sending
Yeah.
in an email every week why that was
Every
the
week.
worst statement that Stu's
He's
ever
got
made.
52 facts to counteract or
Yeah.
contradict.
Come on, Nige.
should I
What you got?
say.
What you got today?
Contradict what I
Nige?
said. So, you lovely bunch of reprobates. This week's submission, 5 of 52, is what NASA calls the Spock. Or, as we better know it, the laptop.
Aha.
The Spock was developed for the previous grid compass, which was bulky. Observation weight is an issue when going into orbit, or something smaller, more lightweight was developed. The Spock, otherwise known as a small portable computer, led to later commercial developments in laptop computing, which continues today. Now, you see, I'm sorry,
And then the other
Nige,
part of
right?
this saga is
I
that
love
Stu
you,
goes,
Nige.
I don't get it. No, that's not right.
It's not that I don't get it, but I think that computers would have been miniaturized regardless of space travel. Just because that happened and that's part of the reason it happened doesn't mean it wouldn't have happened anyway.
Well, that's
what I'm
convenient way
saying.
to look at history. I mean, I think slaves would have gotten free eventually somehow. I mean,
Nah,
the
somebody
war
would
just
have come up with it.
abolitionist
Why
group,
does Lincoln get
eventually
all
they
the
would've-
credit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
really. Women would
exactly.
have gotten the vote at some point. Emily
Bullshit.
Pankhurst,
Yeah.
suck eggs.
No,
I mean,
it's not
somebody would have
convinced
done
yet.
what Rosa Parks done. I mean, why does
Yeah,
she get
really.
the?
Who
Exactly.
cares? She was just lazy.
Look, this is only 5 facts in, so there's time for him to change my mind. But
I
at the
mean-
moment, I'm not having it. Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
But
You're
thank
never
you,
going to
Nigel.
convince him. If Stu were actually open to,
Keep on
this were
trying.
open to discussion, that would be one thing. It's not happening.
Yeah, keep on trying. Okay, next one is off Tainted Brain.
Tainted Brain. That's my
He says
boy.
this Lamborghini in the police force.
Whoop whoop.
So
Hot
last week,
Pursuit, right?
Duke passed a comment about Need for Speed Hot Pursuit and what police
Yeah.
station is getting a Lamborghini.
That's right.
I actually have
bullshit.
forgotten about this, but I know another one of these, which isn't this one. So have you all read this Italian transport organs in Lamborghini supercar from December 2022, or maybe Italian police used a Lamborghini to rush a kidney 300 miles in 2 hours
Wow, I stand
from
corrected.
2020. Absolutely crazy driving 300 miles in
Yeah,
2 hours.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Damn, that's
Um,
nuts. I mean, that's
but
the car
I-
to do it with, I suppose. Yeah.
I read a story now. Don't know whether this is the same
I mean,
police.
I would use a helicopter, which I have.
I
Yeah.
guess.
suppose.
But
You're
that
less
doesn't
likely
make
to
for as cool a
crash.
story, though, Chin.
Yeah, less likely to crash. But I read a story, and I don't know whether this is the same police force, but there was a police force somewhere abroad where every time they seized a supercar from a drug deal or something like that, like for illegal
Yeah.
purposes, they integrated it into the transport
not?
of the police.
Why not?
Yeah,
So,
really.
yeah. And I can't remember which one it was, but I read that somewhere. It could very well be this. It could very well
Yeah.
be this police force.
They might as well,
Yeah.
because no one's getting away
Um,
from them in a Lambo, are they?
No,
Yeah,
so that's what
true.
they did. So any supercars
You
they
might-
seized,
you might
they
see
made
me in
into
a
police
Lambo.
cars.
Yeah.
Made them into one.
Yeah.
But the real purpose of this email is to wish you all the happiest of New Year's and to wish Stu the best
Yay.
of health. Eric,
Yay.
Stu, and Mike, thank you very so much for the many hours of enjoyment and laughter.
what?
Brian. So thank you, Brian.
Yeah.
You're
Thanks,
you're too
Brian.
kind.
Love you,
Too
buddy.
kind. Too kind.
So
Final email this evening is from Darren Sim.
Yeah.
And he says this 3 questions. He's got 3 questions. Count them, people.
3.
Evening.
1, 2, 3. Hit
1,
it.
2, 3.
Hi, Dan.
I thought I would leave an email while I was waiting for the show. Oh, yeah. I see what he's saying. First time, I hope it works and hopefully he can send more. Question is 3 recommendations from over the past year, a book, a movie, and an album. So
Interesting.
there you go.
I like it.
Book, a movie, and an album. So, Duke, you can go first.
So the album is going to be. So does it have to be something that came out this year?
Not necessarily, I guess.
Okay, I will recommend. This is kind of cheating because this isn't actually an album, but there's a woman named Nia Archives who did a really cool drum and bass DJ set, and I recommend people check that out. It was on Mixmag, and she did a great job. The book I will recommend. Let's see, what have I read lately? I will recommend Sarah Edmondson's book Scarred. It's about her time in NXIVM, the cult, and most people aren't going to be into it, but I found it very interesting. She's a good writer. Yeah. And then a movie, is that the other thing?
Yep.
Yep. Man, we saw Glass Onion this weekend, and that
Oh,
was good.
brilliant.
The new
I
Knives
loved
Out
it.
movie. It was. I don't think it was fair for me to have my hopes up as high as the original Knives Out, but it was very good. It didn't quite hit that same peak of awesomeness that Knives
I don't
Out
know.
had.
I liked it equally, I would have said.
I just feel like the last shot, and I can't say any more than that, of the first Knives Out movie is so amazing. It does such a good job of symbolizing everything in the story that I just loved the first Knives Out on a level that this one was good. It just wasn't quite up there for me, but it's very good. I recommend people check it out. So
Fair enough. Chini?
I don't really read many books.
Album?
Album. The only one that I don't really listen to many albums either, but the one
I don't do anything except play video games.
the one that I
And
did
some
listen
weeks, not even
to
that.
was I know he's not a very popular man at the moment, but Kanye and
I knew
Kanye,
who you were going to say.
Kanye and
Yeah,
Kid Cudi did an album called Kids See Ghosts, and that came out in 2018. I only discovered it this year, and it's very, very good. I
He
don't know
knows
if
how
you've
to
heard.
make music.
I don't know if you've heard that album, Duke, but it's very
I
good.
have not. I'm not.
It's
I've never been on the Kanye train, but
It's
I,
I
recognize
think you would
his
like it
skills,
that the
so.
Kid Cudi element to him, like
Yeah.
when he's working with Kid Cudi, it's a bit different. So that one was pretty good. Movies, I haven't really seen any strong movies recently. I watched a movie on your recommendation, Stu, and I wasn't impressed.
What was that?
Bad Santa.
I love Bad Santa. It's great.
I thought it was just. It was
crass.
it was really dated. It was-
Yeah, I'll be honest, right? The first time I watched it, I probably thought it was pretty funny. The second time, I was a bit like,
yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
Like,
When Stu goes, "Oh, this is a little lowbrow for me." Like that's.
I'm like,
insane.
I'm like, I get it. Like, he's a grumpy guy. Like, I get it. Like,
he is definitely a grumpy guy.
And I like it when like people are cruel to kids. I think that's funny. But yeah, because no, but Roald
The
Dahl.
best bit is
No,
when
but-
he eats all his chocolates out of his
Yeah,
hand, Colin.
like Roald Dahl is really cruel to kids, and I think that's brilliant when
Yeah,
he
he
does
is.
that stuff. But yeah, I thought that was bad. Yeah, I haven't really watched any good movies. I'll tell you what I watched the other day with my little niece, my 3-year-old niece, and I thought this was brilliant. Was
Saw 4.
was it
so far.
is it the Mitchells versus the Machines or something like that? Is it the Mitchells versus the Machines? It's like an animated movie. The people that made Spider-Verse.
Oh, I didn't know.
All right, okay.
They did another movie.
That's
That's a good recommendation. I mean, that's
the Mitchells versus the Machines.
Cool.
I watched that with my little niece. She loved it. She thought it was brilliant. And I thought it was really good as well. Good movie for kids and adults.
Okay.
And Olivia Colman's in it. And she's great.
Oh, I should also say in terms of movies, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. That's a really good movie. People
Marcel
should
the
check it
Shell
out.
with shoes.
Yeah, Jenny Slade's
Deck in
movie
the
that
chat
was-
says, is that the Mitchells from EastEnders?
No,
Oh,
it's
well,
not the
that's
same
quite
Mitchells.
funny.
Not the
Funny.
same Mitchells.
Funny guy. Right, here's my 3 recommendations. So a
Go
book
ahead, hit it.
book is called Lions of the Grail by Tim Hodkinson. And
Seek
it's
the
it's
Grail.
and it's basically about the Knights Templars and the hospital Templars.
Oh,
And it's properly cool. If you like Assassin's Creed, this is kind of like Assassin's Creed the book. And it's on Spotify, so you can listen to it for free if you've got Spotify, or you can just buy it off Amazon, I guess, for probably not a lot of money. And
just
he's a
listen
really
to
good
it,
writer.
people, just listen.
But you can just listen. You can just listen on Spotify. It's free. It's free on Spotify. Lions of the Grail, that's called. Album is, let me have a look. I'm trying to find it. It's called The Last Goodbye by Odessa. Or Odessa. Which is first time I've come across it this year, and it's great. It's kind of a bit chilled. It's kind of like a little bit Orby, a little bit sort of 07, that kind of
Okay.
vibe. And
like
I
it.
loved it. I've never listened to them before. Came out this year. Great album. So give that a
reminds
listen.
me,
All
there
their
was a
albums. I've
group I
listened to
just
them all.
recently, yeah, there's a group I recently just found that had a pretty cool chill vibe as well. I'm looking it up on Spotify.
So have a look at
refresh my
this. I
memory.
think you'd like this, Duke. It's a really nice album.
I do, probably won't.
And then movie, right? And this is an old movie, came out in 2016, but I only watched it for the first time this year. This was a garden movie. We watched this outside on the big screen, and it's called Train to Busan.
Oh
So,
yeah, I've heard good things about that.
And
It's a
what
classic.
a film that is. Honestly, it's one
Train
of
to
the
Busan.
best. Train to Busan is one of the best zombie films I have ever seen. It is fucking brilliant. It is subtitled, so do be aware. It's not in English.
I don't
lot of
mind
great movies
subtitles
with
in movies, by the way. I don't know why.
I don't mind that if as long as I'm not trying to eat dinner. If I'm trying to eat dinner and I have to keep looking up at the screen, like hell no. Fuck no.
Um,
Look,
Sorry,
Train
I
to
make
Busan.
force
so
America.
there's two Train to Busans.
There is an American version, so they are doing a remake. I don't
No,
know
there's
whether
there's
that
one
actually-
called Train to Busan, and then Train to Busan Presents Peninsula.
No, it's just Train to Busan.
2016 Train to Busan, starring Gong Yo. And
Correct.
Yu
It's
Yu.
honestly, you will be brilliant. It's just
I'll tell
brilliant.
you a movie I liked was that Everything Everywhere All at Once. I thought that was great.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
I thought it, but it was
the-
a bit long. It was a bit long.
It is a bit long. I think that's on purpose. Like they're dealing with everything everywhere. all at
Yeah,
once.
it's a bit long.
But it is it's a good concept. I felt like they went in a number of directions, like before they gave us what we wanted, and so I'm a little. I think the older I get, the more frustrated I am with movies that string you along before they give you answers. But I like the fact that Everything Everywhere All at Once does not end with "here's what's going on." You know what I mean?
No, it
Because
kind of does that pretty quickly, doesn't it? It goes like,
it does
"Here's
it
what's going
relatively
on."
quickly. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's the first third of the film.
Yeah.
I want it to be at this point. I've like reached a point where I'm like, just start out with "here's what's going on."
It starts as a what's going on movie and turns into like a
Yeah.
MacGuffin movie, doesn't it? Like where
It does. It
like
does.
that kind of thing. But it's good. It just went on ages. I just went, God, this film's long, man. I
is-
sort of
it
get
is
it.
very
Like,
long,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I liked the album, by the way. Is the group is called Supreme Beings of Leisure. And, their
I'll give that a
self-titled first
listen because
album.
I'm always on the
Yeah.
lookout for new stuff to listen to.
Yeah, it's good.
So very good.
You kind of got if you like more Chiba, they're very much in that kind of.
Oh, I love
vein.
Mochiva.
Yeah, you'll like.
I've
this
got
group.
two of their albums on vinyl as well. Oh, I love Mochiva.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
All right, is that it? Are we doing anything else? Are we ready for shout outs?
Yeah, I think that's it.
All
let's
right.
do
Thanks for
some
listening, everybody.
shout-outs.
We loved having you here. Let's do some shout outs.
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
Well, I guess I should go first and shout out Luke,
Yeah.
first time listener, brother of Adam. So yeah, there you go. Thank you, Luke, for popping by.
Hi, Luke. Thanks
Hi,
for
Luke.
popping by.
Hi.
He's been very active
love
in the
you,
chat. We
Luke.
like active chatters, don't we?
That's
Yeah.
right. Come
We
back next
chat in
week
the
and chat
chatter,
some more.
chat. So that's it for me. Shall I shout? Well, look, I'm going to shout out the Struckmeister, regardless of whether I agree or disagree with him. I like his perseverance, so I will give him a shout out for that. Persevering, regardless.
Foolishness, really. Keep trying.
Foolish.
and
Totally
obviously, it's
foolish.
a lost cause.
But he can keep going. Look, he's got another, 47 to go.
Yeah.
So we'll see what
And you're
happens.
gonna have the exact same reaction every time. So knock yourself out.
By the way, Darren in the
Hey,
chat
what
says...
happened anyway? That's not
Yeah.
a good reason.
Darren in chat says his book is Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman, which I have read,
Uh-huh.
which is very good,
Yeah.
can I just say.
I like Neil Gaiman. I just haven't read as much of him as I should, I suppose.
So, album journey.
Delivery to Nimbus
Frontiers.
X. Now there's a good book, man. People.
Yeah,
ought to
there's
check
a
that
book.
out.
Check that
Yeah.
out.
Hey-o.
Hey, right.
Yep.
That's it for me.
buck!
There you go, Duke. You might as well carry on.
Yeah. Shout out to Tainted Brain for the very nice message checking in on me. And shout out to Mr. Hero who is going. He said on the Discord he's going to meet his dad for the first time in a long time or something.
That is
like that.
no forever. No, the first time he's going to
Was it
meet
the
his
first time
dad.
forever?
Yeah, he's never met his dad.
Oh, that's so intense, man. Good luck. Have fun with
Oh
that.
yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, I should
I
have
hope it
shouted
goes
that
well.
out as well.
Yeah. And shout out to Fraser for joining me on my stream. Shout out to Chinny for joining me on my stream. Shout out to everybody listening and watching in on YouTube and Twitch. And also the people who responded to my question on the website, on the Discord rather. Questions for the show. I put a question out. In Soviet Russia, questions ask you. I asked what the best thing about Christmas this year was, and Sean Thiel said nothing. His little fella tested positive for COVID, so I
no.
hope he's doing better. Yeah. John Mouse said Putin admitting the possibility of peace talks, which I hadn't heard about, so thank you for letting me know about that.
Well,
Let's
we'll
hope
see.
it's. We'll see. I know that's exactly
Yeah,
what I
I'm
said.
not holding
like,
my
devil's in
breath.
the details. I'm not either, but it's a good sign. Like it's a crack in the facade at least. So maybe it'll lead to something. Who knows?
Maybe.
And he also said getting time to play more Assassin's Creed, no doubt. GH Rocker asks, oh, we'll come back to that. It's a question for us.
Oh, got a question. I like questions.
Yeah, Tanya Brain said, best thing was meeting my nieces and nephews after 3 years, chatting with them, having them here. Yeah, fun with me, playing games with them. Except Monopoly, that seriously needs to be removed from existence. It is not fun. I agree.
I fucking hate Monopoly.
Yeah. Saying goodbye to them tomorrow will not be fun, he said. Easy Lee said, I've been playing Metro Exodus, and I found a person called Duke. Yeah. He's everywhere, even after the apocalypse in Russia. That's right. I hate Christmas apart from seeing people be nice to each other. Yeah, it's not about spending money. How can a fat man get down a chimney when we have a gas fire?
Magic.
And then Brian said, spending Christmas with family. We haven't had a chance to with the COVID malarkey. Seeing my 8-year-old and appreciating the little things of Christmas. Appreciate that, Brian.
I don't know why he doesn't know it. He has a magic key if you don't have a chimney. You don't know
sure,
this.
why not?
True fact.
GH Rocker asked, what is something you do during the holidays that you normally don't do during the rest of the year? For me, it's eating chocolate. Personally, never really eat it as I know I get nothing from it. But during the holidays, why not, eh?
Yeah, I guess. What do I do in the holidays? I don't normally. It depends where I am. I guess if I'm away, I'm doing stuff I don't usually do there.
Yeah.
I don't really know, to be honest.
I don't really know.
I don't really know what I do in my holidays. I don't do normally. I don't bloody well know. Hey, by the way, I never said this at the top of the show.
Oh, say it now. Oh.
I've booked my first holiday for next year.
Oh my God.
Oh
That
yeah,
was
did
fast.
it tonight just before the
not even over
show.
yet.
It is fucking booked. And we're going to Rome for 4 nights
Ooh, Rome.
in
That's
March.
pretty
So not very long, only 2 months away.
Hey.
Only March. Here's the thing though.
What's the thing?
Travel insurance, not so cheap now. Just saying.
Yeah.
When you put in answering all those questions, it's like, have you got any medical conditions you need to declare?
Oof. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do. Now, this is how bad it was. I went on confused.com, Chinny, and I put in my condition and all that stuff and, cardiomyopathy, and all that crack. No one would insure me. It was like, no one will insure you.
No one's touching you.
Phone this special number and maybe you can get some. So I didn't. I went on Saga because I'm over 50 now. So I went on Saga. And they were fine. I'd put in the exact same stuff, and all that cack. £81 it costs to insure but it isn't terrible. I mean, that's not crazy money, but a lot more than you
used to have to pay, I guess.
Well, you should pay about a tenner.
Well, there you go.
If you have no medical conditions, maybe 10 or 15 quid tops.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But Rome's not scary. Like you're not going to House of Horrors or something.
No. And I said to Kay, they'll have equally good medical facilities there if anything happens. Hopefully, fingers crossed, nothing happens.
I remember I had a cough when we were in Italy, and their health places, their pharmacies have green crosses. I was used to seeing red crosses, and so it was really weird. I was freaked out by that, man. What are y'all doing?
Yeah, it's green in the UK, like medical boxes are green.
Freaks all over Europe.
Green.
Yeah.
Red means
I'll tell
danger.
you, what I do during winter break that I don't do most of the rest of the year is work out.
Work out? What do you mean, like pumping iron?
I've been working out. I've been doing sit-ups and lifting weights every
Getting
day.
jacked.
I know, right?
Getting ripped.
It's not about looking different. It's about feeling healthy.
He's got the old steroids. He's sticking steroids in his ass.
It's not about looking different. It's about having that beach bod.
Yeah, it is.
There you go.
But having that washboard stomach, Duke.
Yeah.
He's got a 6-pack now. That's what he
So
has.
it's, look, I think it leads to better sleeping patterns. It's just nice to have that time pressure not weighing on me. Because as much as I know I ought to work out the rest of the school year and I have time after school, I'm so exhausted and I'm so like my free time is so precious. I just want to spend it, playing games and being idle. So having more time leads me to be healthier, which makes me wonder a lot about, the state of America in general, like how overworked people are. Like,
Yep.
And to be, don't get me wrong, like we have responsibility of eating unhealthy foods and, whatnot, and subsidizing corn syrup and all that shit. But, if more people had more time, we'd probably be healthier in general. So Article 24 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, man, rest and leisure. We all deserve it. Chinny, what do you do during the holiday season that you don't normally do?
I eat those nuts that you've got to crack.
Really?
Yeah,
do you actually spend time cracking them?
Yeah.
It's like waste of time.
I never do that. And then only
they're
at Christmas
tasty.
time, I
Yeah,
do
'cause you
it.
get
My,
the
I buy the bag, the bag in like that net bag,
Yeah, in the red net.
red net, and I never do that. But for some reason,
Wow.
around Christmas, and it's always because my mum always used to do it, and my mum
Right.
always used to have a bowl of those nuts. We'd crack them,
Yeah.
we'd eat them, and I'd never do that any other time of the year for some reason. I always do it at Christmas.
I just buy them ready shelled. It's way easier.
No, I agree, but it's like something I don't know.
It's the
You crack.
tradition,
It's
it's
like
the-
this like tactile.
Oh,
like
have a
I'm
memory.
getting where you're going with that.
it's
I get
just
where
it's
you're
fun
going.
to crack stuff.
It's fun
Yeah.
to crack stuff.
That's
I'll
right,
tell you
and
what
it's
we
fun to
do at
smoke crack.
Christmas. Yeah, it is.
Smoking crack is good as well.
I'm
Selling it is
usually-
even better.
I have
to
thought something
kids.
that we
Customers for life.
Oh Jesus Christ!
It's horrible when
He
people
wasn't-
interrupt, isn't
he-
it? It's-
Jesus Christ was a customer for life. He was-
yeah.
Jesus Christ used to smoke a lot of crack.
I'm trying to look
Yeah, he
like
did.
Jesus Christ with my hair. It's getting longer. and
Oh,
Crack
you're
addict
growing it
Jesus.
again.
Yeah, it is coming now. Hold on.
Interesting. But yes, I have. And we do something that I said do.
Dude.
That we don't do. That we do at Christmas. That we don't do any other time normally.
Yes.
And that's on Christmas Eve. We're usually off, and we just watch movies all day in our onesies. We
Yeah.
just sort of do that and chill. And this
Have
year
you seen,
we
Can you see,
Go on,
Stu,
sorry.
that my hair's
Stu.
getting long now?
it is getting
yes,
longer.
it's very
It
sexy.
is getting longer. We interspaced with Christmas episodes, so we watched the Vicar of Dibley Christmas special,
Yeah.
Okay.
which is the one where she goes to everybody's house for Christmas dinner, and it was very funny. So
We
what was
watched
that?
Merry Christmas, Mr. Bean.
Oh, did you? They say this is what you got to do. Then we watched the movie. Then we watched the Father Ted Christmas special,
Yeah, we watched that as
Where's-
well.
where they all get lost in the lingerie department, which
That's
is
right.
hilarious.
3-piece in a laundry. Okay, you might have a story, but 8, that's a scandal.
It's just
I was
brilliant.
messing with one of the bras, Ted. I told you not to look at the bras.
He flicks himself in the eye.
Yeah.
It's just
Did y'all ever
brilliant.
see A Christmas Story, the classic film back in the day?
No.
It's probably an
Good.
American thing more than the British, but it's a good movie. They recently just made a sequel, which is pretty interesting. They did a good job with it. I was impressed by it. So if anybody out there ever liked Christmas Story back in the day, check out Christmas Story Christmas. It's on HBO, I think.
1983.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
classic. It's a good movie.
Uh,
The original is
And then we
classic
watched The
movie.
Office Christmas special, the original British one.
Yeah.
the original one from The Office. Yeah,
So good.
beautiful.
Only you.
So good.
That song plays at the end.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
So yeah, we watched lots of funny sitcom Christmas specials because why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
It's a good thing to do. And that's it.
All right.
I guess.
I think that's the end of our Christmas show. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We love you. Be
Yeah,
in
we
touch.
We love everyone.
Podcast at
We love
veterangamers.co.uk.
Luke.
We don't
We love
love
Luke. Come.
Vladimir
Darren,
Putin.
we love
I
Darren
take
and
it back.
Zach.
We do love Vladimir Putin. We hate everything he's doing. So change your game up,
Yes.
Vladimir.
Yeah.
Act better. Respect human rights and international
Yeah.
law.
Yeah. Talk about peace.
And
Don't
we'll work on
nuke
getting our
everyone.
leaders to respect international law and human
Exactly.
rights.
We
as
don't
well.
want any nukes going off, do we?
Yeah. Check out VGHub.net. No, it hasn't been updated in 20 years.
Bitcoin ain't nothing but soybeans on the computer.
Oh, I miss Derek. I hope he's okay.
Derek. Yeah, we love you, Derek. If you're listening.
Never heard of him since. That's it. It was
Well,
literally it, wasn't it?
Someday he'll come back, I hope.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I miss Derek. I hope you had
Yep.
a nice Christmas.
Yep. Hey,
li-
speaking of Yap,
Yep,
there's a
yep.
documentary about Miss Cleo.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. She had a heck of an interesting life.
Who's
so,
Miss Cleo?
She's the one. This voice.
Yep.
She
Ah.
was a phone psychic in the 1990s. She had this dial-up psychic line. You could call her up, and she'd give you tarot card readings and stuff.
Really?
And like her voice, she was, my friends called me up. I give you a read, and it's like this very Jamaican like affectation. And they had this woman on the documentary who's like a scholar of Caribbean culture, and she's like, every Jamaican person was like, who the hell is this woman? Why is she pretending to be Jamaican? You know, and it was just like but apparently like she worked with this acting troupe in like Denver or something for a few years before she became Miss Cleo. And then like once she became Miss Cleo, like all her friends knew her as like Miss Cleo. She became this character. So before that, she wasn't. She spoke with an American accent. But once she became Miss Cleo, she made that her entire identity all the time.
Can I just check? Was she Jamaican?
No, well, that's that we don't know. Like she
All right, so
said
no
she
one knows
was.
what she actually looks like.
Well, no, we know what she looks like, but we didn't know like if you can't tell that someone's Jamaican just from how they look.
No. But I didn't know whether she was a white woman pretending to be Jamaican.
No. She was a black woman, but she, her
Okay.
So she
birth
passed-
certificate was
she
like
passed that test.
California.
She passed the
for
black
Jamaican.
test.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So anyway, it's just
Wow.
a really interesting life story. She was apparently like she came out as a lesbian or bisexual at a time when not a lot of people were doing that. So she became this important public icon for queer rights, which is pretty cool. Even though she was like basically pretending to be from Jamaica when she wasn't,
Yeah.
which is problematic. But
Well, she may or
it's
may
just
not have been.
very
We don't
interesting.
know. We don't know for certain.
Right, it's possible she was, but it's really unlikely.
Highly unlikely.
Yeah.
But a very interesting film. So.
Well, there you go, guys. I think that's it
There
for
you
another
go.
week. Luke
That's
said he
it
really
for less than a
enjoyed it,
week.
and he's gonna come back.
Oh dear.
Oh God, we
hell
haven't done our
knows
job
why.
in driving people away.
No, what the hell?
What's wrong with you, dude?
We don't want to attract listeners. We want to
Hey, what
put
happened?
people
Hey,
off.
what
What
happened?
the hell is going on?
Really, go away.
On that note,
Stop listening to us.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll just corrupt you. You'll be corrupted after listening to this
Yeah,
shit.
all our cursing and shit.
Yeah, too long.
Ugh.
Who wants to listen to all that
Yeah,
bollocks?
really. What did you
that
do this
means-
weekend, Luke? Oh, dude, I checked it out, man. I listen to the veteran gamers. They're the wicked
You'll be like,
older guys just talking about their fucking travel insurance and shit.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's what all the kids are into.
it's, they're into that shit.
Oh, do they have a lot of
some of them
subscribers?
I know
no.
that's why we have
20.
so many. 'Cause
We got
honestly-
more than 20, Duke. You gotta give me more credit than that.
25.
Yeah, we've got How many we got? We've
We got about 700.
1,000.
Oh yeah, 1,000, yeah.
1.16 thousand.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
We got a
wrong
few
with you?
subscribers. No one tunes in though.
No.
We got all them subscribers and I don't know, 8
It's
people come.
it's courtesy subscribers.
It's courtesy subscribers.
Like and subscribe. I did. Now come back.
Yeah,
now.
leave me alone. Yeah.
Exactly. Right, that really is it. So enjoy your New Year, people, and we'll be back next. Yeah, what we doing about New Year's Day? I'm guessing we're not recording on that day. either.
Probably I'll be alright on New Year's Day, like Monday
New Year's
night.
Day
Monday
night,
night.
maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
shall we just do it anyway? Fuck it.
Wait.
No, it's Sunday night.
Mon-
Sunday night.
No, I know,
Sunday
yeah.
night would
Like New Year's Eve is Sunday night, isn't it?
No, New Year's
No.
Eve is Saturday.
Oh, then I'll be
fir-
fine. Yeah, I'll
Sunday
be
is
fine.
the
New Year's Day is Sunday.
We'll do it
Let's do it
Sunday then.
then.
We'll do it Sunday.
We'll do it
New
Sunday.
Year's
It's
Day
fine.
night.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Same time, same bat channel.
Yeah, so we're back on Sunday on our normal evening next week, so don't come on
Yeah, be
Tuesday because
there.
we'll not be here.
Stu, are you doing a New Year's?
I've
DJ
not
stream?
decided yet. I've got to decide that. I probably will. I probably will.
I
do.
like
Start
it. It's
about,
a nice tradition.
start about 10 o'clock. Stream
Yeah,
like mix
do
for
it.
2 hours. Do some
Sure.
tunes.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I mean
I'll
the
be there if I
The
can
Mixed
remember.
Cloud, well, the Christmas party
Send me
tunes
a
are all
message when you're
pretty
doing it.
recent
Send
shit.
me a WhatsApp.
Well, it'll be New Year's Eve at 10 o'clock.
Never
our
mind.
time.
Yeah, but my New Year's Eve isn't your New Year's Eve, is it?
Is it not? It's the
It's the middle
same.
of the afternoon for me.
Well, yeah, but it's same day.
Well, yeah. I'm not going to
Just
remember. If you
time
want me
difference.
there, send me a WhatsApp. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I
When
will.
you start
well,
up
I'll
your
do it.
decks,
I'll do
go,
a
"Wait minute,
Facebook
I'm supposed to
invite
do
anyway.
I'm supposed to do. I don't look at Facebook at all these
Oh,
days.
for
Nobody
God's
does.
sake, honestly.
When you're starting up your deck, wait a minute. There's something I'm supposed to do when I'm starting up my decks. Oh yeah, Duke needs a reminder.
Yeah, send me some recommendations, dude. Send me some tunes you want me to play, and I'll just stick them on the playlist.
Indefatigable neural system.
Just send them me. Send them me. Like I'm
Eh.
going to send you when I'm doing it. You send me some
Eh.
tunes, and I'll put them in
Eh.
the mix
Eh,
some point that night.
eh,
Promise.
eh.
Yeah, I'll probably will be doing that at 10 o'clock on New Year's
Cool.
Eve till
heard
midnight,
him, he
counting
promised.
down like I
Yeah,
did last year. I did a good job last year,
Woo.
actually. I even allowed for the
Yes.
time difference on Twitch.
it was fun.
Even allowed for time difference. Also, what's kind of cool this year is because I've got my all-in-one mixer
Sorry,
that
Chinny, I had to
has.
drag it out.
Yeah, it's your fault. All-in-one mixer with built-in engine, all that bollocks, and the stream should be better because the computer's barely doing any of the work.
Well, all right.
There's no software running on the PC. It's just all
Coolio.
in the mixer, and it's a bit smaller, so it's a bit easier
Yeah.
to use. And it's got built-in speakers, so I don't even have to rig anything up to it. It's all sorted.
Sweet.
Okay, see you all
right.
after the new year. I guess.
Peace out,
Yeah.
fam.
See you
See you
in
in
the new year.
2023, people.
2023.
Okay, that's enough. No more talking.
Ta-ra.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Yep.